flavor for my circle because my water didn't taste like anything but water. I was confused why my water just tasted like water. Oh, and there goes my hair. My water tasted like water, and I was appalled because I specifically grabbed the water bottle to have water not taste like water. Because I didn't feel like not having flavor today. I wanted flavor. So, anyway, hi. Hi, hello, hee, and welcome. We're here to play The Good People again because the game is out. Not in full. They're doing episodic releases for the characters. So right now we only have 2 characters available for their routes. But the lovely people who have created this beautiful game were so kind as to send me a code for the game so that way I can play it for you guys and show you their amazing work and hopefully encourage you to play it yourself because we played the demo, which was the first part, and it teaches you Irish words and it's based on folklore and it's really cool. So right now the available characters, let's just pull this open here. There's only 2 available characters right now, which is excuse me. Well, let's get past this part first. Let's see. You must choose a nickname, pronouns, and preferred presentation using the arrows on the mirror. Okay, remember we didn't do that in the... we didn't technically do that, I don't think. I think we did like a little bit, but like it wasn't available because the first part of the story that we played, which was the demo, which was the introduction, there was a case of mistaken identity. So we were being addressed with that person's pronouns because they mistook us for someone else. So that's why we get to set our pronouns now. True name may be discarded if desired. Oh, so we can abandon our name. I like that. Click the bolt of ink labeled save to confirm your choices and the cap on the inkwell to proceed. Your journey begins with the Book of the Traveler. Yeah, which is what we did. Please don't feed Robin your pronouns. They're insatiable. Oh. Oh. Oh! What? Hold on, what? For a custom sprite option, search for the instructions within the... I'm gonna leave it blank for now. I'm gonna have to draw my own little icon. Oh my god, that's exciting. I'm gonna have to do that. I want to do that later. I didn't know you could do that. Oh. Erenach. Well, we are more simple than that. We are just tea. Oh. Oh, okay. Then I want to... Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave that T. So we're just going to be T. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, see, in the Book of the Traveler, pronouns will default to they, them due to a cause of mistaken identity. Well, now I feel bad for changing that from Erenach. Well, that's fine. I mean, obviously, T is not my government name, so... Oh, save. Oh. Okay, so right now what is available is the Book of the Soldier and the Book of the Warrior. They're gonna, from what I've seen, they're gonna release them in batches of 2. So the King and the Queen will be next, and then the Trickster and Master after that. So you're just gonna go in the order of the books on the shelf. And they've got links to their socials up here. That's pretty cool. Here we go. Okay, so they're still, like, updating stuff. That's cool. How do I... Okay. Okay. We're gonna start with Book of the Soldier. So we're just gonna go down the line. How do I... There we go. Book of the Soldier. New game. It's highly recommended that you finish the Book of the Traveler. Would you like to proceed anyway? Yes, because we've already done the Book of the Traveler. Ooh. Bargains. Margai? Oh, that's right. We were with the, we were staying with the king dude. Because he's like, you can stay here for a while. And then, oh god. Because of, I got yeeted into the Unseelie court area by the little trickster them. Okay. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since the demo. And my brain no work good even if only a couple days ago. Okay. The soft clopping of hooves on stone jostles me out of my rumination. I turn away from the source and begin picking up the spilled contents of my saddlebag. I take a moment to compose myself before I speak. Finished cleaning already, or did you just leave Maeve to do it all? I'd never! That floor is clean enough to eat off of. And I should know, because I did. I think they had that kind of an accent, if I remember, so I kind of wanted to... Don't judge me. Even if I wasn't having the worst days of my life, I'm not sure I could take any of Robin's jokes right now. Especially as my stomach painfully turns at the thought of all that wasted food. Since I'm stuck here regardless, I wish I had at least pocketed some bread. Which reminds me, Mori told me to make sure you got back to the feast and get something. We wouldn't want to disappoint her now, would we? More like you're just looking out for your own hide again. Still, I'm no good to anyone if I don't take care of myself soon. Nervously, I glance back to the door behind me that separates us from the king. He was pretty insistent on his orders that no one else was allowed to visit the Daga's feast tonight. Oh, you don't have to worry about him. He'll want to brood for a while now. The good people is another term for the fae. It's there because it's about fae, the fairies and the fae and the stuff. Yep. That's why I got really excited at the title of the game, because I was like, I thought I was the only one who remembered that. Well, I'm not the only one who remembered, but I thought it wasn't common knowledge that the good people was another way to refer to the fae folk. Besides, we have permission from Maeve. That's practically permission from Flannan himself, you know. It's almost boring how okay it is. Well, don't go getting any ideas about making things more interesting. I've had enough excitement for a lifetime. Only a human lifetime. I give them a withering look. A withering look my mom would be proud of. Fine. You sound like another little stick in the mud, I know. I should introduce you to them. Not sure why, but my mind instantly goes to Shay. Shay Fairglass?
Shay Fairglass.
Yeah, Shay Fairglass. I really like this game because they have a pronunciation little thingy. My stomach tightens, but this time out of guilt. I'm lecturing Robin after I left Shay high and dry. Well, one problem at a time. I have a feeling it takes several sticks to pin you down, Robin. I'll take that as a compliment. Now that's settled, how about we go check out what survived our mighty battle? After you. The room is still bustling with movement when we arrive. Instead of visitors dining and chatting, the feast is busy with servants resetting the tables, adding dishes, and attending to the rest of the room. I can't help but stare at all the food spread before me. My mouth waters as I survey what's available. One of the servants places a hearty, steaming beef and mushroom soup down within arm's reach. The earthy scent of the mushrooms mixed with root vegetables lures me towards it. Just as I reach to grab a bowl, my eye catches a side dish of cabbage with thick chunks of bacon mixed in. Haven't had good bacon in ages. I lean over to serve myself when I also notice some fresh dark bread alongside several healthy slices of cheese. I pause and take in the rest of my options, which include roast lamb, fish, beef, all manner of side dishes, and even one fragrant apple pie that sits just out of reach. I know I shouldn't go straight to dessert, but it's very tempting. It doesn't help that I'm extremely hungry. I'm just gonna eat some pumpkin seeds and shut my mouth. I think I'll go with... Ooh. Okay, Quick save? There we go. Oh, weird. Okay, actually, cabbage and bacon sounds really good. I would fucking kill for that mushroom stew with root vegetables, but cabbage and bacon. Mostly the cabbage right now sounds really good, but cabbage and bacon. The chunky bacon slices and crisp cabbage are too hard to ignore. I serve myself a generous portion and immediately dig in. The salty pork and peppery bite of the cabbage go together perfectly. It's just like Mam makes when we can afford such luxuries. My eyes water a little at the thought. I distract myself by eating more, and the next thing I know, I'm on my second helping. I eat until I can't stand to eat anymore. I may have overdone it a bit, but I feel much better now. Manam, you can really put it away. If I didn't know that, we coulda...
Nothing. You will behave yourself like I asked.
That's totally what I was gonna say. Wow, you're angry there. Right. Glad that's settled then. I was so busy eating I hadn't even noticed Maeve come in. With how fast Robin backed off, I guess she's still pretty pissed off at her. Remind me not to get on her bad side. Feeling better. Much better. Oh, this means thank you.
Guramahagat. Guramahagat.
Where did the fucking B come from? Oh my god. Guramahagat.
Guramahagat.
Guramahagat. Good. I hope Flannan wasn't too hard on you. I know he can come across as a bit rough, but he has a lot of responsibility as king. He always has to think about what's best for his people. Harley, hush. Everything's fine, baby. I don't know anything about what ruling is like, and it's not like the queen back home is coming over here to tell us farmers about it, so I suppose I'll have to take her word for it. It's a nice thought, though, that he cares if his people suffer. I also have people I want to keep from suffering, which means I need to seriously think about my options for getting home, and soon. Oh. Slow down the hard sell, Mori. What's that supposed to mean? She affects a serious demeanor and voice.
Kindness and faithfulness keep a king safe. Through kindness, his throne is made secure.
Where in the name of Danu did you hear that, Robin? I have to admit, I admit to being curious myself. As some old guy. I'm too tired to even attempt to figure Robin out. I turn to Maeve and watch her anger deflate into annoyance.
One of these days, I'll remember to stop taking you seriously.
Hey, I am serious. Flan's Throneside Manor needs serious improvement. If people are too scared to talk to him about their problems, then he can't fix them. Hey, Lee, welcome in. How's it going? Anyways, is it brooding a little passe? Maeve responds in a warning tone.
Robin.
Turn the volume down a little bit. I'm just doing my job, honest. Robin actually has a position around here? What's your job? Court jester? Making fun of the king? Yeah, court jester. Sorry, needed some water. Alright. This only spurs the two of them into another argument, but I can't bother... I can't bother to listen. Robin's point forces me to confront my own situation again. I don't know anything about this world, and I don't have anyone to help me figure it out. Everything I do learn only makes the situation more complicated. If I want the king's help to get home, I have to risk spying on the Sealy court. I think about trying to spy on Keegan, and a shiver runs down my spine. The Unseelie have been so hospitable to me, but I don't know if I can repay them with my head. We are existing, and that is a fact. That is how we are doing. I think I know my answer. Hey, are you okay? This game, we got Doppelganger switched with some important dude in the Fae realm, and now everyone thinks we're them, because apparently we look alike. And that's about all I remember. Oh, and the king is hot. The king of the Unseelie court, I mean. Not, the Sealy court has a queen. And she's super pretty. But the king is hot. But she's also hot. I like Maeve. Oh, you can't even see my cursor. Hold on. That's no fun. There it is. Her. She's very pretty. Right now there's only 2 routes out for the game so far. Which is her and Shay. I think the book we picked might have been hers. I don't remember. I don't remember who's whose. But that's fine. It'll be a surprise. Hey, are you okay? You look like you might be sick. Robin, what did you... No, it's not Robin. Whoa. I also really like this game because they have this feature. Because they'll use, like, Irish words. And then, Irish, Celtic, Gaelic. I don't... Bro, listen, I ain't learned. But they'll use words, and then they'll give you...
Mila buichas.
They'll give you a little, like, pronunciation thingy. I ain't smart. I ain't a learned. All the books I read are spooky or fantasy. I don't read smart shit. Yeah, they use words that I don't know, and they tell me how to pronounce them.
Mila buichas.
Mila buichas. Diona. I think Maeve owes me an apology for the assumption. Yeah, especially, like, I mean, I like that they'll usually have, like, the little pronunciation guides, especially sometimes, like, there's, like, a book I have that came with a pronunciation guide. But, like, in visual novels, they have, like, you have that audio catalyst available to you. And I think it's really awesome that they utilized the audio to be able to give you an audio reference on how to pronounce it as well as the written reference. Because you can give me the pronunciation, like the little phonetic thingy, and I will still get it wrong. Seen some Ruby characters to give context to that audio. I've never watched Ruby, if you're talking about the show. Sorry. You're right. I'm sorry for assuming. Whoa, that worked! Oh, yeah, like they do for... Yeah, how they have the little hiragana over kanji so that way you know how to read it. Yeah, I've seen that. I love when they do that because I'm only capable of reading hiragana. I can read hiragana. I still mix up a and o a lot, but I can read hiragana. I can identify some katakana, and then maybe like 3 kanji. Hi, B. Oh, God. Ow, 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 ow. Thank you for the head pappies. Thank you for the hydrate. How's it going, B? How's you doing? A sour candy. A sour candy while I'm playing a game that I have to talk? Alright. Well, that was also last night too, let's be real.
Search, please. Data. What are you looking for?
Coffee. I want you to feature one of the clips where you had the demonic coffee. Okay, I want a clip to play where I hear the demonic coffee noises. Cause I still haven't set up any hydrate sound for that, even though you sent me the demon hydrate noise, because I don't know how to do it and mix it up. So candy. Oh, fuck. Ow! Hydrate. Oh man. Was it sour? Okay, hydrate and sour candy combo kind of feels like cheating. Hi Lulu, welcome in. There's a lot of flavors happening right now. I don't know if my brain likes it. Oh. Oh my god. Aw, boo, use my card and go buy yourself some chocolate.
Go away, Robin.
Whatever you say, Captain. Catch you tomorrow. What, day? Okay, so she's saying day instead of Dayana. I let out a long sigh. It's just me and Maeve now. Yeah, go for it. Man, because of this game, I really want cabbage and bacon. I just want cabbage and bacon now. We have bacon, we don't have the cabbage. I just want to make a salad with a lot of vegetables and maybe put some mushrooms on it. Damn. That's fine. My little Aster bun up there in the cage also doesn't like bacon. They're perfectly fine if I want to eat bacon. I just have to warn them before I cook bacon because they don't even like the smell of bacon. Ooh, yeah. We could do BLTs. We might need more lettuce and bread, though. Honey pecan salad. Oh, it's been declared that there's gonna be pizza for dinner, though, but, I would still take you up on the BLTs if you're offering. Because that sounds good. So I don't like pizza. That's my hot take, is I don't like pizza. I actually hate pizza. Honey pecan salad, though, sounds really good. Okay, yeah. I know there's some at the Dollar General, but, I mean, I don't know how bad the traffic gets around there or how crowded it gets on your way home, so don't worry about it. We can always just make, like, bacon and cheese sandwiches. If we're desperate. Okay. I always end up talking about food. Okay. If I give my answer tonight, will they kick me out right away? They don't seem the type, but I don't know if it would be rude to refuse them right after dinner. On the other hand, since I don't plan on seeing them again, I could just lie and hope I'm back home before it catches up to me. Yes, but bread is thinner than pizza crust. The bread of pizza is what I have a problem with most, and then the sauce is the second problem.
According to the judgment of the
Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. Oh my god, I haven't heard this in so long! Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
According to the
Judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. I hate Genshin, but that is one thing that I will never hate, is that audio. I should add a bunch more joke audio to that and make it another roulette, honestly. Let's see. On the other hand, since I don't plan on seeing them again, I could just lie and hope I'm back before it catches up to me, right? You never answered me. Are you alright?
An bhfuil tú ceart go leor.
I'm sorry, one more time?
An bhfuil tú ceart go leor.
Oh, that was Omake from Scar and Pride. Yeah, the Jugemo. I'll add that in there. Yeah, that's a good one to have in the roulette. Okay, one more time.
An bhfuil tú ceart go leor.
Unwell to hear galore.
An bhfuil tú ceart go leor.
Unwell to hear.
An bhfuil tú ceart go leor. An bhfuil tú ceart go leor.
Unwell to hear galore. I'm so bad at languages. I'm so sorry to anybody who I'm insulting by being terrible at this. Good stuff in my DMs. Like, Lee, you spoil me so much. I'm gonna turn into a spoiled brat, and it's gonna be all Lee's fault. So she was saying, are you alright? I was just thinking about what the king said to me.
You're
He offered-
so pretty when you're rotten and mud.
Oh my god!
I think you're divine.
Oh my god! Fuck! You finally got Ronan in your roulette ball! Oh my god. He was very quiet compared to the music though. I think I need to turn the music down or turn the sound alerts up. Hold on. What's the volume on the sound alerts? Let me check real quick. 1 second. Live troubleshooting. 1 moment. Library. Alerts. Or don't load. That's cool too. Alright, it's not gonna let me. Can I just turn the sound down on here? I'm supposed to put it at a solid 60. Desperately trying not to sob as I wait for full release. I'm so desperate. I'm so excited for just literally any content. I still need to read the Halloween thing. I have it downloaded. I haven't read it yet. I don't even hear him. All I hear is T freaking. Aw. Yeah, that's why I need to turn it down. Don't have headphones and the sound is competing with TV noises, so that's fair. Oh wow, there's a lot of options. Cool. I turned the music down though, so like it shouldn't drown anything out now. Okay. Let me know if you guys can't hear the music at all. It should just be softer now though. Ronan's voice has too much power. Oh, what? No. Oh, okay, there we go. You can hear. Okay, good. I don't want all the sound alerts to get drowned out by the game music. I don't... Did it pull up the thingy yet? There we go. Okay, roulette. Okay, no, Ronan's stuff is all... Yeah, all of the stuff is at full volume, so I just had to turn down the audio in the game. Okay. Yeah, he offered me a deal, but I had to mull over my options. I see. From her hesitant response, I can guess the king hasn't talked to her about it. That, or she doesn't want me to know how much she knows. Either way, I'd be safest not getting too into it. Waff isn't even a word. Yeah, right? It's the AI revolting against us. You've made a decision? I think so. Well, how about you sleep on it, just to be sure? You don't want to rush these things. I'll still let the king know to expect your answer tomorrow. We can meet at the front gate after breakfast before we start our duties. Waff is my middle name. I'll have someone show you to bed for some rest until then. Bing bong waffa ghastly. Ah. I see. Yeah. Also, I just have to say, my, the Dragon Age, the Veilguard animatic I made for my Rook yesterday that I posted. Thank you. It's been getting a lot of likes and stuff, a lot of likes and bookmarks and thumbs up and all that shit on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts. So I'm flattered people liked my little animatic I did for my Rook. Yeah. The Fairly Odd Parents meme. They don't have to like those little shorts more. I mean, not unless it makes them turn around and buy my book when I publish, but we'll see. I need to get that out there before the content gets banned. The world needs to know tea. And that's about as far as it needs to go. I want to be famous without the being famous, if that's a thing. I would like to be known, but also do not perceive me. But like, I don't, bro. Like, I would like to be vaguely known, like a cryptid, but do not perceive me like Bigfoot. Does that make sense? Hey, I said I want to be known, not I want to be loved. Shut the fuck up. Don't at me, okay? God. I'm a walking contradiction. Alright. Oh, Lee. Oh my god, stop. Fuck. Okay, the thought of a warm bed drains what little energy I have left, as though my body needed a reminder of how tired it is. Oh, I don't remember how to say it.
Guramahagat.
Guramahagat. Guramahagat, Maeve, for everything.
It's nothing. Perk up, Druid. You crossed the border and lived to tell the tale.
Mwah. You are so cute. She's not wrong. At least tonight I can rest knowing I'm safe for a little longer. Guramahagat! My favorite Brazilian author, T. A plane flies above me as I say the surname. The next day I decide to skip breakfast and head to the... Actually, Lee, I can send you the link to the rough draft if you want to read it. I'm just saying. I can. If you don't mind seeing random notes from people about things needing correcting or comments on certain things. I don't know. From my other readers. The next day I decide to skip breakfast and head to the castle entrance to wait for the king and Maeve. I've no idea how long yesterday's meal is going to set me back from getting home. I'm better off limiting my potential delays. Okay, I'll keep it in mind. To my surprise, King Flannan and Maeve are already there waiting. There he is! Boo. Him got the big titty, though. Sleep alright then.
On why?
On why?
On why? Mila buichas.
On why mila buiches? Okay. Very well, thank you. On why mila buiches? This is so confusing to my brain, but I still love it. Even though it wasn't anything fancy, the bed they gave me was so warm and comfortable I fell asleep as soon as I hit the pillow. I'm glad to hear. Oh.
As am I. Seelie or unseelie, we take guest rights seriously.
Thank you. Well, most of us. As usual, Robin works on whatever schedule he prefers. Which is why we are waiting for him to be here like I asked. Whoops, sorry I'm late, boss. I had an errand that ran a bit longer than expected. Some crumbs tumble from their chest hair as they glide over. I notice a small smudge of something that looks like jam at the corner of their mouth. Is that so? Maeve clears her throat in an attempt to dispel the tension.
Now that we're all here, perhaps we should get to it.
Of course.
Yes, I shouldn't forget my throne-side manner. Isn't that right, Robin?
I have to say, that tone isn't a great start. Very threatening.
Very, threatening. Gotta work on your tone-side manner there, King. Pinching the bridge of his nose, King Flannan turns back to me. What? Oh.
Maeve Tridjor.
Trujor. Captain Trujor tells me you've already come to a decision. I gave you 3 days, and I intend to honor that. You should make sure you are seriously considering what I said. I have, Your Majesty. I add an awkward little head bow as an afterthought, and I can't forget I'm talking to a king. What's your decision then? Oh. I don't know what's going to take me home. No reason to add more potential problems. I better just tell the king the truth. Well, Your Majesty, after thinking about it, I realize that I don't think I'm the right person to help you. I hurriedly continue before he can say anything. It's nothing against you or anything. I just wouldn't know where to start. I don't have anyone helping me. The only thing I'd do is make more trouble by getting caught. I don't think that'll solve the problem either. So I appreciate your offer and the kindness you showed me, not taking my head and dinner and all. I know you have to think about the people you rule. I take a deep breath before I finish. But I think the best thing for all of us is for me to take my belongings and go back to the Sealy side. You have my word, I'll not breathe a bit of this to the queen. Oh. I spare an apologetic glance at Maeve, but her expressionless face doesn't tell me anything. Can't say I'm not disappointed, Druid. I had hoped our conversation impressed upon you the importance of this task. I mean, believe you me, I'd do it for you, but I didn't want to lie and say I was gonna and then don't. Or at the very least, that my offer to resolve your obvious desire would be tempting enough to convince you. I think we both understand the Sealy Court will not offer you this opportunity. Are you certain you won't take longer to reconsider your decision? He's likely right. I can't see the Queen or Keegan helping me open the lake portal back up. I'm no spy, though. My circumstances are difficult enough. I'm sorry, but I'm certain. Your Majesty. One last thought occurs to me. That said, I do hope you find out what happened to your father and bring the murderer to justice. If I lost my own Da, I cut myself off. I may not have technically lost them, but they definitely lost me. I can't imagine what they must be going through right now. This only steels my resolve to get back to them without getting involved any further in all this court business.
Tá mé buíoch as sin.
Tá mé buíoch as sin.
Tá mé buíoch as sin.
I appreciate that. If you are certain this is your decision, then Robin will take you back to your location of choice in the Sealy provinces. Robin winks and waves at me when he says that. He seems to be the only one of the four of us who doesn't feel the tension in the air.
I must remind you, this means that if we meet again, I will not be so generous.
Oh, don't worry. We'll meet again when I go to play your route, sir. Accident or not, if you cross the border again without explicit permission from me, I will make an example of you. One the Sealy Court will not misunderstand. Am I clear? Oh. Like a summer sky.
Cosúil le spéir an saoirí.
Cosúil le spéir an saoirí.
Cosúil le spéir an saoirí.
Cosúil le spéir an saoirí. The king and Maeve head out to their respective business, leaving just me, Robin, and now Darby, thanks to the stable boy who fetched her before he shyly scampers away back to his duties. True to Maeve's word, the old girl looks a good deal better than she did the other day, and almost has a sprightly pep in her step. I smile, giving the mare an affectionate pat. Even more surprisingly, Darby seems to tolerate it. So, Dar, where to? Your majestic steed awaits. And your horse, I guess. They gesture to the portal behind them. Darby flattens her ears and huffs, clearly displeased to see that thing again. Can't blame her, really. I take a moment to think if I just show up at the cottage after being gone for however long, it might be too suspicious. Besides, I want to get another good look at the lake with Darby. With Darby, I should be able to find my way back to Daona's cottage on my own. Do you know the huge lake by the lone outpost outside of Tamar? Do I? I've been chased all around that lake. I've got a little friend out there I visit sometimes. Okay, so this is gonna be Shay's route. The only person out there was Shay that I saw. Surely they don't mean them. I can't imagine Shay taking too well to their antics. No, that's true. They would not get along with Robin at all. Well, no time like the present. They grab my hand along with Darby's reins and jump into the portal, pulling the two of us along. Wait, I'm not ready. Teleport. Pshoo! Pew 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 pew. Bang bang. Pow. Ah. Here we are. Damn. My balance teeters as the world solidifies around me and Darby kicks up a fuss. I'm just able to stop myself from falling face first. I grab a fistful of Robin's chest for to catch myself. In between gasping breaths, I bite out one thing. I wasn't ready. You idiot. My anger scares off the birds from the trees as I pause to watch them in surprise. Robin pulls away quickly. My fingers are left clutching nothing but a few hairs. Well, why didn't you say so? Before I can respond, a familiar voice cuts across the forest, echoing my tone.
Robin Goodfellow, once I get my hands on you, I'm going to turn your hide into a new rug.
Just what I needed, for Shay to catch me again. I look over at Robin, whose face is a mixture of panic and glee. How the hell is he both guilty and enjoying it? Shay's heavy stomping approaches us quickly, and it promises violence against Robin with every step. While part of me would very much like to see it, I'd also like it if Shay didn't know I was here. I'm looking around for somewhere to run when Robin speaks.
Sorry, kid, gotta go. Tell Sprout I said thanks for the pie.
You stole their pie? The coward disappears before I can even protest. Suddenly, I hear a bitter giggling. It takes a full second to realize, before I realize it's coming from me. As Shay's heavy footsteps approach, they begin to slow down at the sound of my maniacal giggling. I now understand all those stories of people returning from the other world completely mad. As Shay cautiously speaks to me, my laughing begins to fade.
What?
Daona, are you okay? Robin says thanks for the pie. I ignore the question entirely, hoping to distract Shay. It works. I knew it! I knew that...
Merloch.
Merloch. I got it right! I knew that Merloch took it. Wait, you were with Robin? Not intentionally. They nod in response. I get the feeling they know exactly what I mean. So, what exactly are you doing out here? You seem awfully interested in the loch all of a sudden. That's bound to start some rumors. Unless, of course, you're still thinking you aren't you. I breathe out an exasperated sigh. I don't think it. I know it. Anyway, isn't Daona allowed to be here? What if I'm just gathering herbs? I scooped up some cow parsley growing at my feet and hold it out for emphasis. You're not going to be doing much helping with hemlock unless you intend to kill someone. What? I take a closer look at the plant and notice its dark foliage and glossy sheen. On second glance, it's definitely not cow parsley. First time I ever met Daona, they made the same mistake. They aren't the type to make a mistake twice. Wait, so you actually believe me now because I grabbed the wrong grass? You still look like Daona. We have no evidence of their whereabouts, so it's hard to believe you aren't them. At the same time, they're family to me. I'd know them as easily as my own siblings. You look like them, but you don't act like them. Something's going on here, and I intend to get down to the bottom of it. I suppose that's better than nothing. On the off chance you really aren't Daona, what should I call you instead? I quickly hold my tongue. I'd be a right fool to give them my true name, wouldn't I? Shay doesn't strike me as malicious, but you never know. Best go with a nickname or something. Oh, yeah, that's fair. You don't really want to give your name to the Fae. You can call me T. Oh, but you can keep using they when referring to me. I think I like that. T. Got it. Alright, T, here's what I say. If you want into Insifal, I think I can help you get there, but you'll need to do me a solid first.
I want you to stay here in Tever for a while. Pretend you're Daona and help me get a meeting with the Order of the Eternal Flame. The Archdruid, specifically. After that, I swear I'll do everything I can to open that waypoint for you.
I start, surprised to hear this offer from Shay of all people, especially since they've still got doubts about who I am. How do you plan to help me? Isn't opening the portal extremely hard? Shay raises an eyebrow, questioning how I'd know that. Can't very well tell them the Unseelie King mentioned it to me, so... Oh, no, go back. Aoife.
Aoife Elavon.
That's right, the queen. Aoife told me something about people starving themselves. I didn't know the queen was familiar with how it works. Makes sense, I guess. She has to make sure they stay closed, too. Anyway, I'm real good at finding information, and I've had a lot of practice. We may even find out from the Archdruid. Come to think of it, they're the one that oversees this stuff usually. So what do you say, T? I squint, still a little unconvinced. What exactly do you want from this Archdruid? I don't know anything about this world, so I feel I'm owed an explanation before I make a commitment. I think it's the fact that they're still looking for the princess, wasn't it? Shay suddenly looks a little hesitant. I just want to know if the princess ever came to him during the war. She might even be under their protection, since they swore no oaths to either side. I'll let it go if that's the case, but I need to know she's safe. Princess? I search my mind for a clue of what they're talking about. If there's an inkling in there, it's too dim and distant to grasp. I've had a long couple days. Princess? You're really not Daona, are you? Afraid not. Well, alright. I'll save the full tale for some other time, but here's the gist. Before Queen Aoife sat the throne, King Onrai? Oops.
King Henri.
King Henri. King Henri, the descendant of
Bod Jarug.
Bod
Bod
Jarug.
Jarug.
Bod Jarug ruled over all Tir na Nog. Until the rebels came for his torque. They didn't succeed, but they did manage to split the kingdom down the middle after 200 years of bloody mayhem. Anyways, even on this side, he wasn't a terribly popular king, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. You get a not-so-good king here and there, and then a great one after. I think she would have been great anyway. So, this princess was Onrai's daughter? Aye, she is. Early into the war, the princess was attacked by Unseelie at her stronghold. Her home before coming of age and going to court and all that. We were friends. Everyone thinks she's dead, but she isn't. I helped her escape. I know she's still out there somewhere. Even if she's not, I need the truth of it. And you think the Archdruid will know? I can't be certain, but it's all I've got to work with now. Feels like I've exhausted all other options. But even if I'm wrong, I'll still fulfill my end of the bargain, I promise. Okay. I nod. At least this clears up Shay's motives. Do you think this Archdruid would even talk to me? Or Daona, rather? I should think so. You're the court druid for all anyone knows, right? Not to scare you, but Daona's an important person. If you can't get an audience with the Archdruid, I'm not sure who else besides the Queen herself. Do we have a deal, then? Another deal. Is it even possible to avoid them here? Maybe I'm just lucky. At least Shay is nice enough to call me by another name. They seem a good deal more trustworthy than Robin, too. I give Shay's offer a think, but in truth, it's not a long one. So far, my only other path to getting home has been to spy on a monarch. Comparatively, asking some important druid person for a meeting seems simple, and far less deadly. It looks like Shay is my best shot. I stick out my hand. Deal, but I'll need you to catch me up on how things work here, else I'll be useless. Shay takes my hand and nods seriously. Deal. They let go and turn to walk back where they came from. They obviously expect me to follow, as they begin speaking without looking back. I grab Darby's reins and pick up the pace. I'm heading back into town today to see my family. That pie was supposed to be for them. Now I don't have time to make something else. I swear to Danu, one day I'm gonna get that goat. Oh, okay. Hopefully the card doesn't give you problems. There should be enough funds on there for stuff. I giggle at their threat. Good to know my hesitancy at Robin's idea of friendship was correct. Shay catches my outburst and smiles at me. Sounds like you understand. Better than you know. Couple of them's out to save a princess. The walk back to Timar with Shay is much more pleasant than the last. Not the least because I have full use of my arms and hands. At first, Shay asks me more questions about myself. What kind of foods do I like? What are my favorite colors? Those kinds of questions. Eventually, we come back around to how I ended up where they found me. So, you never told me why you were out by the loch. Were you really trying to get into Insifal all by yourself? I probably shouldn't tell them the whole story, considering it involves me talking with the Unseelie and all, but Shay does deserve some kind of answer since they're gonna help me out. Since you seem to know Robin, it's 'cause of them. They stole this bag from me at Dayona's cottage, and when I chased them down for it, they whisked us away.
I see.
That sounds like her, alright. Do you know him very well? I don't know if anyone could ever know Robin. They're not like anything else in Tir na Nog. I came across them when I was looking for the princess, and ever since they've been raiding my outpost for food. When they aren't messing with me, that is. That ability of theirs must be right handy. They're the only person who can go wherever they want. Who's gonna stop them? Not to mention they don't seem too bothered about other people being where they shouldn't either. A guilty look passes over them briefly before they clear their throat and move on. Look at that blushing face! Look at their cute little blushy cheeks! All things considered, I guess they aren't too bad. Shay has a good point. Robin can do pretty much whatever he wants, it seems. It's not like anyone can actually catch him. He'll just disappear into thin air. Which reminds me. Shay, I want to say sorry for slipping away on you and Tamar. I know you didn't have a choice but to do your job. I felt like I didn't either. Still, I don't want you thinking you did anything wrong by me. Sorry if I got you in trouble or anything. I promise not to disappear on you again. You were having a weird day. Don't worry about it. No one really worries about what I'm up to these days. They swiftly move on to other topics. As we walk, Shay gives me pointers for how to go about navigating these woods. I learn a little about the Queen and Keegan too, and they tell me any duties I may be expected to do while I'm here. Apparently, Dayona was expected to advise the Queen from time to time, but Shay couldn't tell me what about. In a rare stroke of luck, a lot of what Dayona had recently been up to was helping out the people of Timar in the name of the Queen, which explains the old lady from last time. It's lucky for me because it means I can spend time with Shay in the city rather than stuck up in the palace. As we approach the city, Shay is teaching me about the ring-shaped money they use. So, 10 copper.
Fáinne.
Fáinne.
And then the plural. Fáinne.
Fáinne. The ring-like currency of Tir na Nog. So 10 copper are the same as 1 silver. 10 silver equal what? 1 gold? Or the gold? Yep, it's pretty easy to get the hang of. You're also picking this up pretty well. You're a really good teacher. Ooh, I guess that was a good choice. You're a really good teacher, Shay.
Oh,
This must be the first person to tell them this because they're speechless for a moment. Thanks. It's kind of fun to teach others stuff. Sharing what you know is an easy way to help people. Well, except Mam's recipes. Those go into the pit with me. That's fair, that's fair. Before we enter Tamar, Shay tells me to leave Darby at the stables. Deona's cottage doesn't have a proper place for her, and since everyone thinks I'm the court druid, I can be sure she'll be treated well. I'm not fond of the idea of being parted again, but ultimately defer to Shay's opinion. With a pat on the nose, I promise to sneak her some sugar and oats the next time I see her. Let's see. As we head into the city, I start paying a closer attention to my surroundings. If I have to spend more time here, I could probably get to know the area better. I'm looking for some landmarks when Shay speaks up. You know, I don't plan on taking you all the way to the palace, since this isn't an official escort or anything. They pause, obviously second-guessing themselves. Yeah?
do you want to come see... meet my family? They all care about Deona a lot. I know the situation is strange, but I thought...
Aww. Well, since you might need help and I can't always be around, I thought that maybe you'd need someone else you could trust. Nobody's more trustworthy than Mom, I swear it. It would be nice to know more than one person around here. That sounds lovely, Shay. Thank you for thinking about me. They scratch the back of their head and mumble something under their breath. Our first meeting was pretty rough, but Shay is actually really kind and thoughtful. I wonder why they live so isolated. Seems like they would be miserable. Anyway, it's this way. We turn past the marble storefronts and into the poorer areas. I didn't know what to expect walking around through here. It's definitely a lot better off than the parts of the Unseelie city I saw, but that doesn't mean these people aren't suffering too. With the unmoving morning light, parts of the alley are permanently shrouded in darkness from the buildings. Tucked away into alleys are sketchy tavern entrances and people hurriedly coming or going. The illuminated areas display shops crammed with customers arguing for the best deal, while some stores seem barren. There doesn't seem to be a lot of reason to which is which. The border close-in put a lot of strain on commerce. It's like they read my mind. Shopkeepers with connections to shadier sources survive pretty well, but tools, a large amount of meat, and some other supplies have been cut off from most people. We can repair a lot of our tools, but since we've got fewer tin and copper deposits than the Unseelie, things risk slowing down too much.
There's a lot of waste, too. Like farming waste. We grow a lot of food here, and a good 3/4 of it used to go north, but now it just rots. It's shameful, really, but the Unseelie didn't leave us much choice.
Anyway, the court and the queen are really into fashion, so those kind of shops are doing the best. But that means the focus is all on nice shops, and that doesn't help anyone else. A lot of us average folk usually try and come together when someone isn't doing too well, but let's just say it's not as fashionable for the upper districts to lend a hand. They stop for a second, thinking. I don't mean to say it's all bad. With the Queen repealing all those laws about who can wear what, a lot of people are suddenly spending more money on fancy clothes and jewels. That's bringing a lot of money in, and a lot of folk are starting to do well for themselves off it too. What do you mean? What are those laws you're talking about? Before, when King Henri and his family ruled, there were strict laws about who could wear what fabrics and jewels and stuff. Didn't want commoners being mistaken for nobles and all that. Most of the shops would, you see, wouldn't be open now if the queen didn't change the laws. Though, from what my family tells me, she just thought they didn't make sense. Also, the queen sending Diona down here to help has made a lot of people really happy. They feel like she's sharing her special stuff, you know? Makes the medicine better if the druid makes it. That's what the queen takes. So I'm kind of like a placebo? I don't know, man. Shay guides me to one of the 2-story houses in the city, with the smallest garden you ever did see, tucked in on one side with a couple of chickens. Oh! Pretty, she looks like a cloud. Her hair looks so fluffy. Shay, you came. Oh, is it your sibling? Or your ma? No, sibling? Well, we'll find out in a minute. I shouldn't assume. The hair in my collar. The young woman enthusiastically leaps into Shay's arms, and they laugh and spin her around in a hug. After they set her back on her feet, she finally turns her attention to me with her hands on her hips and a playful smirk. Hi, Bread! Thank you for stopping by to say hello. I hope you have a lovely day. Diona! I ought to wring your neck for the trouble you gave Shay. You're lucky I like you. I sigh, preparing to launch into yet another explanation, but before I can get to it, Shay interjects for me. Actually, Bridget, this isn't Diona. What do you mean this isn't Diona? Looks like him, don't it? Energy drink and snack spoils. Ah! Okay, fair enough, but excited nonetheless for what you did obtain. It's a long story. Where's Mum? Come on, Shay, give me the juicy bit first. I'll tell you both at the same time. Ugh, no fair. I was just trying to have a little fun around here. It's been awfully boring for too long. I can't pin it, but something about her affected pout reminds me of someone. She finally addresses me again. Hey, not Diona. Since this stick in the mud won't tell me who are you? Where are you from? And if you're not Brig, I said I'd tell you both. But Bridget blasts Shay with her big doe eyes again, and it seems to eat at their resolve. They glance at me with a half sorry, half help me out here sort of look. Clearly, Bridget isn't going to budge without some kind of tidbit first. I clear my throat. I'm a new friend. Is it like a good or a bad sign? I don't know. What if I say the other one? Okay, no. I'm assuming that's a good thing, because it's like a heart hands. Okay. I'm a new friend, hopefully. You can call me T, and you're... Ooh, aren't you suave? Definitely not Day. Day. No offense, Day. In that case, nice to meet ya. I'm Shay's favorite little sister, Bridget. She's also my only little sister, since she's the one youngest before me. Hence favorite. I chuckle, holding out a hand. She takes it and shakes it. Pleasure to meet you, Bridget. The pleasure's right. I'm a delight. I love her. I love her. She's got such sass. Girl. Alright, that's enough of a teaser for me. Let's go find Ma and some snacks. I've been out here all day and I'm ready to be lazy. Mom! Mom! Bridget bursts into the house, calling for their mother. She runs off into another room, talking loudly. She's very energetic. I bet it was a lot of fun growing up with her. It was. She always makes sure everyone's having a good time. Of course, I know sometimes that can wear on a person. Sorry so I try to look out for her too. Madam, it's so nice that Shay and their family care so much about each other. There's so much eating food and snack talk. I know, right? My literal actual spirit terror is spiking. Do not eat this stuff. Well, it's too late. They ate the cabbage and bacon, so we're just stuck here now. This is our life now, though. But like, I'm just gonna go to the Feywild and eat a snack, okay? I'll see you when you join me on the other side. Okay. Bridget returns, following after a short, stout woman who looks a lot like Shay, and holding a tray of small sandwiches and fruit. Ooh, that sounds good. Here they are, Mom. Mom, Shay and tea. The older woman rushes over to us, wiping her hands on her apron. She scoops Shay into a huge hug, nearly smothering them in her embrace. Oh, Shay, welcome home, baby. Shay flushes at her words, but seems pleased enough to get such a warm reception. In a blink, she's reached out and pulled me into a smothering hug, too.
Fulcha.
Fulcha. Welcome. Fulcha tea, make yourself at home, dear. Thank you, Mrs. Fairglass. Oh, did my... Hello? Camera? My iPad is alive. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, well, I don't know what happened, but my fucking camera lost me for a second.
Slania.
Slania. Just Slania, dear. Many thanks.
Mila Buikas.
I'll remember some of these words, probably never, but I'm gonna try my best. Mila Buikas. Mila Buikas Slania. Phone fell on your head, Ollie. You're gonna bruise yourself. Silly. You silly little toad. Now you two grab some sandwiches and tell me exactly what's going on here. Neither of us are inclined to argue with that tone of voice. We join Bridget at the table and grab ourselves a wee bite. Well, we aren't too sure what's going on either. They accidentally ended up falling through the loch out by the outpost. When they came through, they looked just like this, exactly like Deona. At least, we're pretty sure that's what happened. Doesn't seem like some kind of memory thing. Whoa! Hi, Mom. Slania suddenly grabs me by the cheeks and pulls me close to her. She stares me in the eyes for an uncomfortable amount of time. Pardon? She lets me go and pats me on the shoulder in a comforting way. You're not Deona, right? I can look in your eyes and see it. A mother knows. I figured as much. Now we just gotta figure out what's going on. Wait just a moment. That's it? So that's all it takes to convince you? Your mom looking in my eyes? They just shrug as they answer. Ma said it herself. A mother knows. I cannot believe them. I must have been wearing my thoughts on my face because Bridget starts giggling. She leans over and whispers conspiratorially.
Go!
Word of advice, you'll never get Shay to argue against Mom. You'll have better luck convincing Mom she's wrong. Glancing over at Shay, they are deep in conversation with their mother, barely paying attention to Bridget and I wonder where their Da is. We end up spending several hours chatting with Shay's family. They are so welcoming and easy to get along with that it feels like I've known them for ages. Eventually, Shay rises to help their ma clean up, both of them bidding me stay seated when I try to help. Don't fight it. Just enjoy yourself. Wish they would let me sit around more often. Do you help Shay out too? Not so much help. They just like to play the protective older sibling. How am I supposed to enjoy the idiocy of youth with them hovering about? I can't get into trouble that way. Though, I guess they feel they're just protecting me from their problems too. They aren't exactly the favorite of the court. Do they not get along with the courtiers? Bridget gestures in a way to let me know that that's only part of it. Them always going on about the former princess is a big part of it. That's what got them sent out to the outpost in the first place. Wasn't good for the new queen. She smiles sadly into her teacup. I work in the palace, you know, in the kitchens. I really want to be a handmaiden to the queen, though. That takes me by surprise, given Shay's loyalties. Really? Yeah. Queen Aoife is so inspiring. She always gets under the getting under the court's skin. You would see everyone's faces when she starts forcing other Flafa to pay their unfree proper wages. I hope. Oops. I hit the button. I hope Shay finds an answer. I really do. But the queen is my idol. She's just different from what people are used to, is all. It's gonna take time to adjust. What do you have to do to become our handmaiden? Well, you gotta get noticed, mostly. But I've been trying, see? This fabric was a small fortune, and Mom teases me for being the fanciest potato peeler in the realm. But it'll be worth it, I know it. I didn't spend all these months getting my sewing up to snuff to stay in the kitchens all my life. I'm not so foolish as everyone thinks, though. It may take a while before someone like me gets picked. Despite handmaidens being servants of a kind, the position is so covetous that free folk will clamor over themselves for an inn. They see it as an opportunity to social climb, as though courtier is going to pass over all the Flafa for a lowborn lady wife. A lot of nonsense, if you ask me. At best, you might end up a mistress, and that's always a bit suspect when that sort of thing happens. Not that I'm judging the girls, it's not fair. They're free, they can go where they want, do what they want, why waste that? Anyway, point is, since our family is unfree,
Shincléha.
Shincléha.
And then the plural.
No, stop.
Shincléhi.
I just wanted the one. Shincléha to be specific. I won't be considered first. I don't have a trade or anything impressive to flout. Just me and my skills I can wear on my back. What exactly does unfree mean? If it's anything like what I imagine, I can relate all too well. Hi Lulu, welcome back. Means we belong to the land. We can't really go anywhere outside the Tua. We're born in and we're limited to certain kinds of work. Ow, oh, ow, 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 okay. Alright, hi. Who's a pretty dragon? Yeets water bottles at face. If I'm a pretty dragon, then Lulu's a handsome dragon. Deal? 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 Alright, I'll drink my water now. I'm drinking! I'm drinking! Alright. I did 2 hydrats. Alright. Servant in our case, but there's also... Bathaka?
We go together!
Oh my god! Oh!
And then the plural.
Oh! Peck!
Bahaka.
Oh, Peck, welcome in! Hello, Raiders! Welcome, everybody! How was stream? Hi, Pugger! How's goes?
2,500 of it.
Hi, Perry!
Oh shit.
What the
How's
heck?
everybody doing? Thank you so much for the raid.
Oh,
Oh my
hi,
god,
Perry.
and Puddin' Pop, what's up? Oh my gosh. All my shout outs trying to go off at once. I don't think they're all gonna pull up videos though. It's the whole gang's here. How's it going, everybodies? How's all these cutie patoots in my chat doing? Oh my gosh. Those are some very fluorescent emotes. Dang. But hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody's. My name is T. If you don't know me, I'm your resident Mimic Manor host thing. Bro, I fucking I need this. I need my mobile dashboard. I am very distracted. But I'm I don't know how to introduce myself. I stream games, as you can see. Hello. I'm a variety streamer. Today we're doing some visual novels, just like yesterday, but we're doing today we're playing The Good People, which is an indie visual novel game where it's in Ireland, and you end up in the Feywild, and the game teaches you Irish words, which I thought was really cool, because they have like a thingy here.
Buhak.
It teaches
the
you how to
plural.
say it.
Buhaka.
I'm doing really poor accents, so don't mind me. I apologize in advance if it feels offensive. It's not offensive. I'm just stupid. But also, I want to kiss Shay's sister. Can Shay's sister be romanceable? Cause like, damn, she is so cute. She looks so fluffy and soft, and I love her. Yeah, I have a hard time with Irish and Scottish accents, cause I'll start one and then slip into the other. And it's just because my brain has no chill. But we're playing because they just released like the first part of the game. So they're releasing the different routes in this game 2 at a time in episodes. So we've got Shay and Maeve's routes are currently available. Shay is they, them, cutie patoot little short cutie pie. And then Maeve is fucking gorgeous. Has a lot of hair. Probably could kick my ass without even breaking a sweat. And one is from the Seelie Court, the other's from the Unseelie Court. So it's like, I love the Fae in general. I mean, just the title of the game, The Good People, it's another way of referring to the Fae. So I like this game. It's very cute. It just recently came out at the start of November. I'm doing this stream. I promised them at the last minute, but there's been a lot happening right now. But we're gonna be playing this week and next week, and however many weeks it takes to finish. But we're at least gonna be playing. So, but hi. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna start staring at this cute lady here. Sorry, I have dogs screaming, apparently. Yes, I love that a lot of character creators these days, too, for, like, other games, have that included as a skin option. Let's see. Right. Let's see, there's also... Oh, this is the one I just did.
Buhak.
Bahak.
And then the plural.
So there's also Bohak,
Bohaka.
who do field labor on farms and things like that. Can't own property either. You don't own this place then? No, we're tenants, but that's not unusual. Most...
Shin Clayha.
Shenkleha.
And then the plural.
Right. We
Shenklehi.
just fucking read that. Most Shenkleha live on premises. Our family was gifted this house since we've been loyal servants to the royal family for so many generations. My great-grandpa is the one who got it. Wouldn't free us, though. Is that why Shay feels so strongly about the lost princess? Bridget fervently shakes her head. Shay's free, actually. During the war, King Henri freed anyone willing to go fight the Unseelie. Personally, I think it was just to fill in the numbers. A lot of freeborn soldiers died in the war, and they needed the unfree to replace them. Queen Aoife is different, though. She's getting rid of those stupid rules one by one, just watch. That's why I think I have a chance. Once I catch her sights, she'll love me. I think Shay feels they're protecting my dreams by hovering around. Like, if I can't get into trouble, then it'll help me become a handmaiden. It just means I'll learn to be sneakier, though. Don't tell him, Kay? Your secret is safe with me, goddess. Beautiful muse, angel. Can I hold your hand, please? Shame, though. I wish Shay could see how much everyone in town loves them. If they weren't so scared of being accused of supporting the Seelie princess, more of them would say so. You know, I'm curious. What do you think of this princess business? Oh, I think they must have been really good friends. Aha! Good choice! Nice. Alright. I think they must have been very good friends. What else could make Shay so sure they'll find her? When you love someone that much, friend or family, you just know stuff about them. Like Mom looking into your eyes? Don't worry, Mom will never know. That way, you owe me one too. Thanks for what you said about Shay. It's nice to know they got someone looking out for them besides the family. Shay and... I forgot her name already.
Slania.
Slonia. Shay and Slonia return, their arms full of bread loaves neatly bundled in clean rags. And I'll make sure to keep this from Robin. Those are who the extra loaves are for, dear. Please tell that sweet Robin that it's been too long since we saw her. Bridget's ears perk up at the sound of Robin's name. Oh, yeah, please tell Robin to come see us. Have you seen them recently? I wanted to... It's time to go. Love you, Mom, Bridget. Damn, fucking shutting that conversation down. Shay interrupts abruptly, grabbing my elbow and storming out the door, loaves of bread teetering dangerously in their arms. I catch a glimpse of Bridget's smirk as she and her mother wave us out the door. Shay, are you the only one in your family who doesn't like Robin? Shay teaches me the quickest path to the palace from their family's home. Once we get there, they stop at the bridge across from the giant pit. I'm really glad you got along with Mom and Bridget, you know. Mom loves everyone, though. They hand me a bread bundle.
This one's yours. Mom said you look like a stiff breeze will break you.
Ah, that's classic, Mom. My eyes tear up a bit as I gently take the bundle in hand. That was very kind of her. What's the rest of the family like, I wonder? Do you have other siblings? They light up when I ask. Yeah, there's 9 of us in total. Can't wait for you to meet them. There's Kjar, the oldest, and works in the stables. His husband is an only child, so they live with his parents because they're getting old, and they stop mid-sentence. Oh, sorry, I know I get excited sometimes. Okay, wait, hold on. What was the other... Where's your da? Oh, never mind. I take it back. Let's go back to the siblings option. I like that I can scroll to backtrack. Okay. I know I get excited sometimes. What are you sorry for? I think it's nice you love your family so much. Thanks, T. How about this? I'll come see you sometime tomorrow, and I'll tell you all about them after we get started planning. It's a deal. Oh, we finished the chapter. Na Pelana is fair. Leitha? Listen, I don't know how to read. Best laid plans. Save the villainess? That's my cottage. I live there. I wish I lived there. I have no idea what hour it might be by the time I make it back to Daona's cottage. The perpetual dim of Murias may be odd in its own right, but I've lived through my fair share of long winters, so at least that kind of dark isn't wholly unfamiliar to me. This, though, this never-ending daylight is downright disorienting. I've never seen so much sun in my life. Oh, we finally get to go inside. Still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't much matter. I'm tired. I've had a long few days even before winding up in the other world. So I drop like a rock the moment I fumble my way upstairs and into bed. Helps that Daona's cot is the softest damn thing I've ever laid down on. Stuffed with feathers, I'll bet. I don't sleep well, though. My dreams are strangely vivid that night, but I don't dream of anything I know. I'm in places I've never been before. I see people I've never met before, and most of it fades from my awareness as quickly as it came. From the barrage of noises, though, one voice stands out distinctly familiar. Oh. Careful.
Kuramok.
Kuramach, that's hemlock. What? You're looking for cow parsnip, yeah? That's not it, but you're in the right spot. Come on. Are we seeing Daona's memories? Shay gestures with their head for me to follow them down the lakeshore. I do, but at a cautious pace behind. They eventually come to a stop in front of a similar plant to the one I was observing. After a moment, Shay turns back to me and points. Here, this one's parsnip. There's a few ways to spot the difference, but the main thing to look out for is the stem. Can I use your shears? I hesitate, but nod and hand it over. They snip off a piece of the plant and hold it out to me, pointing along the stem. See, it's a bit fuzzy. Sometimes it's hard to notice, but it'll feel rougher to the touch than a hemlock stem because of the hairs. Oh, best not to touch test all plants, though. Good way to get a bad rash. Parsley stems tend to be all green. Hemlock's got purple blotches, and the leaves smell bad when crushed. Parsley leaves smell like, well, parsley. Why are you helping me? Shay gives me a funny look. I don't much want you getting poisoned for no reason. I'm assuming stranger? Yep, stranger.
Strawnshare.
Strawnshare. But I'm not trained, but I'm in training. I'm supposed to remember how to find and identify flora myself. What, for every plant in Tir na Nog? Even my mom can't do that, and she told me everything I know. Look, I don't know much about how the druids do things, but if we're in your shoes, I just jot down some notes, cross-reference for this stuff. They teach you to write, yeah? Appalled, offended, what a sin they have committed, calling you during work hours. How dare they? Yes, but we're not supposed to use it so flippantly.
What?
Even Saskant?
Saxcant.
Saxcant. So the language, common tongue. Especially. Huh. Well, if that's how it is, that's how it is. I don't really see how that's Philippian, though. I mean, if it helps, right? Well, no matter. I need to get back to my patrol of the loch now. But good luck with your training, Daona. Odd name, if you don't mind me saying so. I'm Shay. Nice to meet you, Daona. I won't be here. Yeah, we are experiencing their memories. We're experiencing Daona's memories. My glasses! I can read because I have glasses now. I still can't read, but it's cosmetic. I won't be here awful long, but if you need something, my post's about 5 miles up that way, Swing by any time. I'm a guard, so I'm here to help. Yes, I'll keep that in mind.
Gura Mahagat.
Gura Mahagat. Fucking one of these days I'll remember. Gura Mahagat. This is your welcome? Oh, don't mention it.
Na Louis, eh?
Na Louis. Shay turns to take their leave. Wait. What? If you don't mind me asking, why are you patrolling the lock? It's a waypoint. Daona stands straighter. A waypoint to Instantfall. Aye. That's why I am all the way out here, to watch for any activity and report my findings. Is there any, usually? No. I mean, nothing besides animals and
Ace, she.
a she. And a she every once in a while. Oh. Well. Yeah, I know. It's a big fat waste of time, but that's what I've been told to do, so I'm doing it, even if I don't, even if I know it's just punishment. It's not like I couldn't be doing other things, like City Watch or something. I did for a while, even, but they just don't want me around anymore. Why not?
Oh.
Oh, it's kinda... It's a whole thing. Long story, I mean. So... Sometimes I don't think the other druids want me around either. Why is that? Because I'm not too off the day?
To her day, damn it.
To her day. I'm not to her day. Huh? Then what? Daona drops their hood and nods toward the lock. I came from Instantfall. Huh. No kidding. Bet that's a story and a half too. I suppose. So, I get you're busy and all with druid training and such. But maybe when we're both finished up here, you'd like to swing over to mine for tea and shortcakes and maybe long stories? Yeah, I think I can do that. Oh, that's cute. Oh. Hello? I awake abruptly to a banging sound coming from downstairs. It captures my attention fully, stopping me from thinking too long on the strange dream I just had. What in the... The banging continues, so I hoist myself up and stumble down the steps. Who's... there? Just me. I figured as much, but better to be sure. I unlock the door and swing it open, blearily rubbing sleep from my other eye. On the other side, Shay greets me with a wide smile and a wicker bag tucked under their arm. My greedy stomach growls as soon as the aroma of fresh sourdough hits me. Oh, I love sourdough so much. Oh, good, you're dressed. Not really. I don't think I made it to undress when I fell into bed last night. Shay snorts and nudges past me, setting the bag aside. Been there. Hope you're rested up all the same, though. Afraid it's not about to get easier. How do you mean? Well, I got to thinking about some things after I dropped you here yesterday, planning ahead and all that. And, I just sort of realized you've got no idea what you're doing, right? My life's mantra, more or less. No, I mean about being a druid. Daona's duties and all that. Do you even know any magic? Oh, no. And, no, actually, at all. None. All that's a bit frowned on where I'm from. Shay blows out an unsteady breath. We've got our work cut out for us then. Can't let anyone figure out you're not Daona before we meet with the Order, after all. But first, breakfast. Most important meal of the day. And then some serious housekeeping. You could choke on the dust in here, and I'm pretty sure the pantry's a nightmare. Fortunately, I brought help for that. Suddenly, Shay pulls back at the sash of their uniform. Hi! Who are you? Why are you nude? And from it, a little mouse-like head pops out, muttering furiously up at Shay. Oh, don't give me none of that. If I let you ride in the basket, there'll be nothing in it by time we got here. I take a small step back, warily appraising the little creature as Shay gently sets him down and he speedily darts out of sight. Oh, it's your little friend? Shay laughs as they gently set the creature down. Rumi, yeah. Sorry, I forgot the two of you haven't been introduced properly yet. He's a bruni, a proper bruni, not whatever else you may have heard.
Anyway, if you don't know, Brunies are she people that like to wander into folks' homes and live in unoccupied places. Attics, under the floorboards, old mouse holes, stuff like that. Some consider them pests, but that's only because a lot of folks wind up pissing them off. Quick way to get your home torn apart, that.
Oh. But if you just let them be, brunies can be mighty helpful around the house when you're in a spot. They like to keep things clean, so if you don't mind leaving out leftovers and aren't treating them like a maid, it's not a bad arrangement. Rumi's been living with me for as long as I can remember, being at the outpost. I think we get on pretty well, though between him and the goat, I never have any pastries in my stores for long. Anyway, I asked him if he'd mind helping me get this place tidied while I work on the outside. I'm sure Dayona's garden is in terrible state with him being gone so long, and you'll be needing those for medicine mixing and the like. Oh, well, that's generous of you, but I can also... Shay waves me off. Don't think nothing of it. Rumi's getting about a dozen pies from my mom as a thank you. Besides, you're gonna be busy doing something much more important. At that, Shay strides off towards the bookshelf on the far side of the room and pulls out a dusty tome. They flip through a few pages, then smile brightly. Well, T, ready for your first druid lesson? Oh, I get to learn how to druid. The next 2 weeks are about as jam-packed as I expected. After Shay announced that I'd be learning some druid stuff. But surprisingly, it isn't unmanageable. As it turns out, my mysterious twin left behind loads of handwritten reference books and journals about their day-to-day activities, despite this being something of a druid's taboo from Shay's telling of it. I don't quite understand why, but even still, I'm thankful Dayona chose to ignore it. Their books aren't easy things to read, of course. I'm literate enough, but no scholar, and Dayona's writing is dense. I often have to ask Shay what this or that means, and sometimes Shay isn't sure either. But it helps. I may not be able to do any fancy spells or potions or whatever else, but I've got a better sense of what Dayona's life was like here. Seems for the most part, the Queen lent them out to the city as a medicine person. Though that wasn't the only thing they did. Still, feels like a good discipline to focus on for the purpose of keeping my cover for a while. It's what most folks would ask me about. To that end, I've also been fortunate enough that no one of import has sought me out yet. The Queen's been kept busy by some grand business in the Phineas, and the Master of Secrets hasn't come poking around either. Not sure what he's up to. But at the very least, it means I haven't had to hide in plain sight, or study in a hurry, or in secret. Plus, Shay's been by my side all the while, giving me pointers here and there and promising that they'd do their best to back me up in a pinch. Shay really is a good person. Dayona was lucky to have made such a friend. Admittedly, it does sometimes feel invasive going over Dayona's work, Dayona's life, and with a little help of their friend, especially after that dream I had my first night here. I still don't know what to make of it. Was what I saw real? Nothing like that's ever happened to me before, and I haven't had another one of them since. Then again, I'm in the other world. Maybe dreams like that are normal. Seems unlikely, though. I could ask Shay, I suppose, but they're back in the garden again, planting instead of weeding this time, and my neck's been itching for a break from all these books. I'm not sure if I should ask Shay, though. If I tell them I had a dream about being Dayona and it winds up being true, would they go back to not believing me about who I am? Then again, maybe I could ask without really asking. That's a good question. Well, let's see which gives us the notice. Well, neither of them seem to. What do you guys think? Just be upfront about it or ask in a roundabout way? I guess we could kind of do it the Fae way. Just kind of say it without saying it. Shay doesn't need to know about the dream I had, I decide. Having them suspect me of being memoryless Daona all over again would be a massive setback, and it's not like I'm outright lying about anything. Besides, even though I like Shay a lot, they've got a fierce, stubborn streak. Once they set their mind to something, it seems there's no changing it. With my mind made up, I set the tome I'm paging through aside, stretch out the stiffness in my back, and make my way outside. I decide to go out the side door instead of the front. Daona's garden is a pretty tight fit, but I figure I can just loiter in the threshold instead of crowding them in the garden itself. Oh, that's so cute! They've got dirt all over their tunic. They're working hard in the garden. Shay, crouching in the dirt, notices me, stepping out, and nods my way with a smile. Taking a breather. I was just about to do that myself. I nod, taking in their handiwork. Oh, that's so cute! Doesn't quite fit in the full page itself, but that is a very cute artwork. Look at that! Aw, Shay's a cutie patoot. Given that the little garden looked just like given what the little garden looked like just a few weeks prior, Shay's transformation of the place is nothing short of miraculous. All the weeds and excess growth is gone, and already some of the previously overcrowded plants are bouncing back to life. It seems Shay's planted quite a few new things too, including some plants that shouldn't be in season, but they've already started to grow. There's parsnips, cabbage, green onions, strawberries, of course. Honestly, as someone who's worked the land for as long as I can remember, I'm pretty impressed.
Well, what do you think? Still a bit to go, but I think they're coming along nicely.
That's so cute. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, right? Shay is bae. Seems to me you've got a green thumb. I was just thinking that I don't know how you manage to grow summer crops here. I mean, since it's always spring. Shay beams. That's right, you need to use a bit of fertility magic to get those to grow here, but it runs in the blood. Really? How so? Oh, my mom could tell you the story better than I could. It's an old family legend. Shay pauses to crack their neck before heading back down and continuing the story. Some more seeds in hand. Basically, a long, long time ago, way before we ended up in this place, an ancestor of mine washed onto the shore of some old kingdom with nothing but a sack of dirt. It was their only possession. They didn't even have a name. On looking around the place, my ancestor realized that much of the land they'd come to was barren thanks to years of neglect. Undeterred, they dumped that great big sack of dirt down and started plowing with their bare hands. Eventually, after lots of hard work, things started growing again. It was just then that the king, a wary sort, none too fond of strangers, showed up to confront my ancestor for trespassing in his lands. But when he did, he was surprised by what he saw. See, other folk had washed ashore before, and they were greedy and thieving. They took the food until there was nothing left growing. They took the water until it stopped flowing. They took and took, until eventually they tried to take the kingdom itself. The king was so used to strangers taken from this kingdom that he'd come to drive my ancestor out, But when he saw that my ancestor not only did not take from the land, but tried to heal it with their own dirt and their own hands, well, he was touched. So touched even that the king blessed my ancestor and told him that they could settle any land they turned green again. He then gave my ancestor the name Fairglass, meaning green grass. We've been called that ever since, and the king's blessing is passed down right along with it too. Manum, that's some story. Oh, was that land Ireland or, Insenfall? Shay gives me a half shrug as they finally stand, wiping their dirty hands into a spare cloth they brought out with them. Maybe. I mean, I don't much match up with the story of how Tooth a Day came to Insenfall, so it's probably not true. I kinda hope bits of it is, though. It's a neat little tale all the same. Anyhow, did you need something? I hope I wasn't talking your ear off there. No, not at all. Actually, I wanted to ask you something. I remember you told me Daona mistook hemlock for cow parsley when you two first met. Could you tell me more about that day by chance? Sure, I suppose. I was starting to make my rounds of the... Oh god, I don't remember the whole title. Loch Bell Dragon?
Look, Bale Dragon.
Okay, Loch Bell Dragon. When I caught Daona nosing around. Since it's my job to keep folks from messing with the waypoint, I approached them to give them a no funny business spiel, but I stopped when I saw that they were just gathering herbs. I also saw they were about to snip off some hemlock, so I warned them that wasn't cow parsley if that's what they were after. Turns out they were a druid trainee, though I guess I sort of helped them cheat. But I don't really see what the big deal is. Remembering this stuff off the top is all fine and well, but you can't rely on your memory all the time. If you ask me, the druid's hang-ups over writing things down is downright impractical. Guess I'm a bad influence. I don't think Daona started breaking that taboo till I suggested it. Oops. Anyway, that's it really. We chatted a bit and I invited him over for tea. Why do you ask? No reason really, just curious. Oh, okay. Shay looks at me in a way that suggests they don't really buy my explanation, but I'd already made up my mind not to tell him about the dream. What they said gives me much to think about, though. For one, my dream was real, a vision of the past. I may not know why I had it, but it must have meant something, been trying to tell me something. If I have another one, I should keep my eyes peeled for possible meanings. Suddenly, Shay clears their throat, pulling me out of my musings. Alright, well, is there anything else you wanted to ask then? Nothing comes to mind at the moment, but I'll let you know. Of course. Well, I think I'm just about done here for now. Break for lunch, then back to it? We should start going over a bit of
Ogham.
Ancient alphabet. Oh. We should start going over a bit of Ogham, I think. You'll need to write to the druids in your hand after all. I nod and smile, briefly parting ways as we head back inside and Shay goes to clean themselves up. I hope we have the same handwriting. Otherwise the druids are gonna be like, the fuck is this? While the way time moves makes it tough to know for certain, I'd say it's been almost a month since I first started learning druidry. I'm certainly no druid yet, nor will I ever be, I'll wager, but thanks to Shay and Daona's books, I've been able to play the part, at least to some degree. I started working on the things Daona missed in their absence. Basic medicine mixing, a few house calls, little matters that let the public and the Order know that Daona was back. According to Shay, this was an important step. If we just tried to contact them right off, not only would I be talking out the arse the whole time, but the druids would have more reason to suspect something was awry since Daona's been missing for so long. Now that words had a chance to spread around, Shay thinks it'll be enough to get us in the door, which is what we're gunning for next. Even if it scares me half to death, I'm nervous enough about the Queen finding out, but the Druidic Order? I can't imagine what the penalty might be for my little ruse. It was something I hadn't fully considered when I agreed to all this. The Order's own authority in this place, I mean. Turns out the Order answers to no one. Neither the Queen nor King. Seelie nor unseelie. What exactly that means for me, a sham court druid, I don't know. But that just makes the whole affair a little more nerve-wracking. It's too late to go back. It's too late to back out now, though. I just have to trust.
Let's have a little fun.
Oh, fucking goddamn it, Samson! Welcome in, but also how dare you? Oh my god. Hello, Samson. How is you today? Oh. How? I have to trust that Shay wouldn't lead me astray. I am glad that you is good. We've been riding in silence towards the Druid's Crossing, as Shay calls it, for a little over 20 minutes now. But it's unlike... Oh, there goes my hair. Bald for Samson. Okay, fair enough. But it's unlikely we'll be able to see the Druids right when we arrive. For one, there's apparently some sort of ritual that the Druids perform to use these crossings, to get whatever it is they gather. Given that I don't know it, we're relying on being invited in. But further, Shay's hoping to get an audience with the Archdruid, which is, from what I can gather, the world's equivalent to the Pope. Ugh. Still, Shay says that if anyone knows what happened to the princess, it is the Archdruid, and since the Archdruid is his own authority, there's a chance he'd be willing to tell Shay what he knows. So, we're going to leave a message outside the crossing, a written request for an audience with the Archdruid, wordsmithed by Shay, then scribed and signed by me and Ogham. An ancient Tuatha script. It shouldn't be anything too eventful, but in the long quiet right there, my mind starts to go to weird places. Why in the hell can you all speak Berla? Or they're not gonna sacrifice me or something, right? Neither of them seem to trigger anything. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm in danger going to the Druids. What if they realize I'm not Daona, but I've learned, like, their secrets? They're not gonna sacrifice me or something, right? Huh? You know, the Druids, if they find us out. I figured, but why in Danu's name would they do that? Is that not a thing? Why would it be a thing, T? Where'd you ever hear that? Back home? Oh, well then, they're full of shite. The druid who listens to a man wearing elks. Listen! The druid people don't want their secrets getting out, and I have read entire tomes full of druid secrets. Like, I feel like my life would be in danger if they knew that I knew their secrets. Probably. Probably? I mean, they're all kind of secretive about what goes on in the sanctuaries. Only the druids and their trainees and maybe some real important folk go in there. Sacrificing people seems a little sensational to me, still, but I guess I can't prove it one way or the other. That's not making me feel better. Sorry, I know you're nervous. I'm not gonna let anything bad happen to you, though. I know I've asked a lot of you. Pretending to be someone you're not and trying to get me this audience with the Archdruid. It's no small thing. You've been taking a lot of risks to do it. I'm grateful, but just saying that doesn't mean much. That's why, if the Archdruid accepts, I'm thinking I'll just go there myself and ask my questions about the princess, then explain your situation. Hi, Ane! Welcome in! Making sure he knows it was my idea to do all this, and not yours. I pull back on Darby's reins, slowing us both to a stop in the road. Shay and Kara pause as well.
Love, darling.
No!
So I
No! Why does Jet have so much fucking power over me with their voice? Fucking god. Damn. Oh man, it's still so quiet, but god, fuck. I'm just gonna perish. Don't mind me. I'm gonna just crawl into the earth. Goodbye. Fuck. Anna, you have a talent of just summoning him whenever. I don't know how you do it, but stop. Oh man. To be fair though, I'm thinking of finding some clips of Lucanus to put in the roulette. I'm considering putting Lucanus in the roulette as well. Just a little bit. And then when you pull Lucanus from that fluster roulette, it'll be a double-edged sword and you'll suffer with me. Okay. Shay and Kara pause as well, just a little ahead. What? But...
No, listen. I've been giving this a lot of thought, and it just don't seem right to put you in a spot like that for my sake. I mean, you didn't ask to get stuck here. I sort of took advantage of that, didn't I?
I'm not putting your jump scare in my fluster roulette, Samson. No way in hell. That'll scare the shit out of me.
Besides, the Archdruid's the only one I can think of who might be able to open up the waypoint, so to keep my end of our deal, this seems the only way.
Don't worry, I can handle it, promise. Oh, no, No, we're in this together. Whoa, a crown? What does the crown mean? What does the crown mean? Oh, you guys don't see it. It pops up over here behind Asterbun. There's like a little indicator that pops up sometimes. I steel my jaw, nudging Darby to catch up to Kara. I look Shay in the eye, brimming with determination. Hey, no, we're in this together. T, I understand what we're getting into. You're not making me do anything I didn't agree to. And I definitely don't want you taking the fall for me if it comes to that. Shay sighs, but there's a glimmer of a smile in their expression. I know, You're important to me now, T. I don't want to lose another friend, or put anyone else in danger, that's all. Come on, we're nearly there now. I nod solemnly, urging Darby to resume walking alongside Kara and Shay. Oh, no, go back. We lull back into a bit of quiet for a time, but I can't keep it for long. The silence is too stifling. So I decide to ask Shay a question. Oh. Important, huh? Oh, no, that doesn't get me anything. Let's see. Why did you become a guard? Maybe? No? I want to just see if any of them have a... No, doesn't look like it. Well, if there's no difference, then I'm just gonna do this. Important, huh? Eh? You said I was important to you. Well, yeah, I mean, of course you are. We're friends, aren't we? I'd only intended to tease, but now Shay's looking at me with a little uncertainty, as though they're suddenly not sure. Well, that just won't do. Oh. Oh, is this like a confirmation of like romantic or platonic route? I kind of want to wink. Ooh, it was a little heart this time. Okay, okay. I hold Shay's eye, grinning at them slowly. T. I wink and then quickly turn away. T, that's not a... You're important to me too, Shay. Race the rest of the way? I kick Darby into a canter before Shay can respond, laughing as I hear them shout back behind me, confounded.
Hey!
You don't even know the way! Better hurry up then! It doesn't take long for Shay and Kara to do just that, but we keep the pace swift just for the fun of it. It'll do old Darby some good, but she'll no doubt demand some treats from me later. Suddenly, Shay pulls back on Kara's reins. Hold up, we're here. Oh, okay. Shay then veers Kara off toward the glade, towards a glade blanketed by tightly woven trees. Not lightly, God, I can read. There's only one sign gap in the foliage, necessitating each horse to go through at a time. Oh. After I file in behind Shay, I'm surprised by what I see. Whatever I'd expected from this druid's crossing, I hadn't imagined that it'd be a henge. I don't have much time to dwell on it, however.
Ah, there you are, Maharja. Took you long enough.
Hi, Keegan. What are you doing here? Because we're not alone. Oh no, that's the end of the chapter! Alright. The deal. Oh no. Did he figure out that I'm not? He probably did. God save us, or more pointedly, are you kidding me?
Dia Orsavo.
Dia Arsavo.
Dia Orsavo. Dia Orsavo.
Dia Arsavo. I glance at Shay, who's standing completely straight and silent, as though waiting for orders. Keegan casually rises from against one of the standing stones.
I was beginning to fear the two of you had gotten lost. This close to the border, that would be quite a dangerous mistake.
Really, nothing to say. You've been so chatty lately, you can hardly blame me for being curious about the subject. Wait, Keegan's been spying on me and Shay? How? And how much does he know? If he knows I'm not Daona, or the reason we're seeking the Archdruid, it might mean real trouble for Shay. And me.
Master Keegan, did you need something? We have business with the druids.
What business would that be, I wonder? I don't recall the Queen asking either of you. Anything of either of you. Wow, skipping over whole words. It's not for the Queen. The Druid and I need to speak to them for our own business. The tension continues to rise between us. If I don't say something quick, Keegan is going to bully them into revealing everything. Then again, Shay does have a point. As I'm technically the court druid, I should have every right to be here. Of course, go on then. Pardon? Go on, speak with the druids, open the way. I look over the still, quiet, standing stones. I have a feeling it's going to involve more than simply knocking. I glance at Shay, who seems to be on the same train of thought as me. Oh, right. Keegan, giving no inclination of impatience, merely watches me with a hint of amusement. It kind of feels like he's enjoying our discomfort. I begin to slowly walk towards the... Galane?
Galon.
Galon.
And then the plural. Galon.
Standing stones. Okay, so I begin to slowly walk towards the Galon, thinking quickly, but Shay holds out a hand to stop me. Before we do, what is it you want to talk about? I don't reckon you were waiting around just for the company. My, so rude. I came all the way here just for your benefit, and this is how you repay me. Not even a, what do you want, sir? Excuse me, sir. Ah, much better. Yes. And we'll find out after the break, because it's time for an ad break, and I want to use the little dragon's room. So I'll be right back, Snackies. See you in 3. supposed to be rude to the Fae, but I'm sorry. Just like him being like, Matt, not even a, like, sir, what do you want, sir? Like, yes, sir. And I'm just sitting here like, sir? And he's like, yeah, much better. Fuck off. I don't know why I always feel like I have to challenge authority, but I feel like I always have to challenge authority. Much better. Yes? What exactly do you mean when you say you came here for our benefit?
Mahara?
Don't say that. Get your fucking toasty ass voice out of here. Fuck off. Anyways, I wasn't referring to you at all, Mahara. I'm here for our Bruni friend, actually. No. Save. Don't call them that. Is that not... No, okay, both of them. Well, yeah, then if there's not a benefit to either of them, then I'm just gonna tell you don't call them that. My voice snaps out louder than I expect it to, which draws Keegan's attention back to me.
No.
Have I offended you, Druid? It was only a bit of teasing, all in good fun, I assure. I glare at him, remembering back to the day we first met. You did seem to think it was all in good fun when I asked what the difference between you and that moth of yours was. You know, you didn't seem to think it was all in good fun when I asked what the difference between you and that moth of yours was. You know, back at the shop. Then again, it's just like your sort to only give a toss about common decency if it affects you or your peers. Still on the topic of rudeness, sir. I like that we're challenging authority. Go us. I think it's a bit rude to not give them the respect of their position, at the very least, right before you ask a favor of them. Keegan stares at me for what feels like a long moment. His expression is mostly inscrutable, but if I didn't know any better, perhaps you have a point. I will take it into consideration. Regardless, I wonder what makes you so certain that I am here seeking a favor, as you put it. I blink. That wasn't an apology, but I hadn't expected a concession either. I clear my throat. Cachet answers to the queen, and she's not here. Is that so? Shay certainly answers to a queen. No matter, surely you've not forgotten that when Queen Aoife is absent from the capital, certain matters of state are left in my hands. But perhaps you didn't know she was gone. You've hardly been seen at court this past month after all. I ignore him, but Shay tenses beside me visibly. Then you could have summoned them into the palace for whatever this is, instead of sneaking up on us in the forest. Bit shady for your official orders, if you ask me. Almost like you don't want to be overheard. Perceptive. I appear to have underestimated you, Deona. It won't happen again. Keegan turns away from me towards Shay, obviously done with my input. In any case, there does happen to be a task uniquely fit for you. I'm not going through any small spaces to get something for you. I do have self-respect. A useful suggestion for another time, perhaps. This is a matter concerning your little investigation, unless... Keegan looks over at me pointedly, then back to Shay.
Unless you're no longer interested in the lost Seelie princess. I do hope my information is still current.
Bro, you shady as fuck. What? The princess? There's no way Keegan is here to help Shay. They must feel the same because they eye him suspiciously as they respond. What do you care about the princess? I thought you knew her to be dead. It's still the most likely scenario. However, there have been some interesting rumors from Murias lately. About the princess. You saying she's been spotted? The spark of hope in Shay's voice sends my gut somersaulting. Keegan smirks. It hardly seems like she's the actual princess. However, there's someone claiming to be her going around the unseelie provinces, attempting to garner the support of the people.
While I believe her to be nothing beyond someone with more ambition than brains, it would be remiss of me not to investigate the matter.
As I'm sure you can guess, we cannot exactly ask the unseelie king his opinion. Not even sure if he's yet aware of the situation. After all, my network of informants is quite enviable. I wouldn't be surprised to learn if I've uncovered it before he has. So you need me to check for you. You can't go and grab her and no one else knows what she looks like. You can't go and grab her, and no one else who knows what she looks like can go either. So it would seem. How exactly do you expect them to find her? It's not like Shay can just walk over the border and start asking around without trouble. My thoughts exactly. You need royal permission to cross the border, signed by both Seelie and Unseelie rulers. Since you just said the Unseelie king won't know why we're there. Keegan interrupts Shay with a gesture, languidly pulling out some folded parchment and handing it to them. I believe I said the king was unaware of the situation with the false princess. I said nothing about whether or not you have permission to cross the border. Oh. Shay hands me the parchment when they're done with it, their face unreadable. I quickly scan it. Writ of crossing. This writ of authority of Queen Aoife of the Seelie Court and King Flannan MacLug of the Unseelie Court grants permission to Shay Fearglass and one companion to cross the border between courts for a period of 8 weeks. Let it be known to all civil authorities that the bearer of this writ shall remain free and unharmed upon penalty of 500, I can't fucking read that one, but I'm assuming it's the currency. Let the power of the courts be present in the signatures herein. Both the monarch signatures are here too. I can't imagine how difficult this must have been to get. If it's legitimate, they could have forged the signatures. Of course, short of meeting the end of a bandit's blade, this mission would require you to return. Meaning what? Meaning, should Shay or their companion decide to take up arms for this princess, real or imposter, their lives would be forfeit. Among other things, how many Fearglasses are in the palace's employ? 5? 6? There's so many of you, even I have trouble. Whoa.
An bhfuil tú ag bagart ar mo chéileach.
That's a mouthful.
An bhfuil tú ag bagart ar mo chéileach.
An will tú ag bagart ar mo féilech. What?
An bhfuil tú ag bagart ar mo chéileach.
Yeah, what he said. And what they said. What they both said. Are you threatening my family is what it translates to. Their lives? No. Their livelihoods, perhaps. I do need some assistance of your cooperation, you understand? I can feel a familiar sinking in my stomach. Shay has spent so long searching for the princess, Keegan possibly just handed her right to them. This sort of feels like he's laying a trap. We'll have to be careful how we do this if Shay even wants to. So I'm just supposed to haul arson to occupied territory and come right back to give my report, or else you'll kill me and put my family to the streets. What do I get out of it then? Well now, I can't say I expect you to ask, I can't say I expected you to ask all that. It's nice to see you have some sense of self-preservation. You are free to name your price, provided it's reasonable, of course. What will it be? A transfer back into the city. An exotic garden that grows anything your heart desires. I want Bridget to be one of the Queen's handmaidens. Oh, he wants to give their sister her dream. They want it all. They want to give their sister her dream. Fucking Shay, best sibling. Fuck. How noble. Done. Upon your return, No, it happens now. Writ or no writ, the unseelie are dangerous, double-crossing bastards. Whole country is. If there's a chance I don't come back from this, I need to know my sister's got what I was promised.
You wound me. I'd almost think you don't take me for a man of my word.
I don't, actually. But as a show of good faith, very well. Her Majesty is set to return today, so I shall send word of Bridget's promotion and arrange an introduction. An introduction between the lot of you properly. I expect you to be on your way after that. Do we have a deal? Shay holds up their hand and Keegan takes it, giving them a firm handshake. Then he turns to me. Am I correct in assuming you'll be accompanying them to Marias? Of course I'm gonna go with Shay. Of course I am. You think I'm a fool? I'll have to let my friend go run into danger on their own. I can't let, I can't let them risk going alone, and I don't want to support, and I want to support them in any way I can. So yeah, I'm going with them. I think the court, I just realized they're blushing. So yeah, I'm going with them. I think the court will handle itself pretty well without me. Unless the queen objects, I mean, sir. I will speak with Her Majesty. I'm sure she'll be willing to part with her dear druid for a short time. Besides, you've hardly been present in court recently. It won't require much change. I feel my face flush in embarrassment. I suppose I haven't done a great job at pretending to do courtly stuff. I mostly just stick around with Shay. It's not that I don't care, I just enjoy spending time with them and tend to pick that over pretending to be Daona. Is this is to your preference as well? Both of us should go regardless. It's safer to travel in pairs, and if one doesn't come back, then the other can explain what happened to him. I don't want any mix-ups to impact my family. Oh, I'll know if the worst should befall you, Fairglass. But there's sense in what you say. Very well then. Now that that's all settled, I think I'll leave the two of you to your business with the Ghislaine. Wait, the druid should be rewarded too. They're risking as much as me here, so it's only fair. You test the limits of my generosity. Despite his words, Keegan turns to me, probing eyes fixed on mine. Is there something you desire, Daona? Oh. I don't think I should say it. The request stops dead on my tongue. I can feel it there, like bile bubbling from my throat. But somehow, despite how much I hate myself for it, I hesitate. I hesitate asking him to let me go home. For God's sake, what's wrong with me? This was the whole bleeding point of us coming to meet the druids. Quit mucking about. You know what they want already, don't you? A somehow knowing smile spreads across Keegan's face. The pit in my stomach sinks deeper. Perhaps, or perhaps not. I've suspected that our friend here has wanted to be returned to their homeland, if that's what you mean. You should know this is no small request. I'm sure the queen will be most upset to hear of it, and the archdruid can be a fickle sort. But I will look into the matter as a favor. Though who knows, perhaps at the end of this journey, you will not wish to leave us at all. It would be a shame to end your budding friendship on such a note, no? Shay spares me a brief glance. A hint of sadness lingers there. Is that all you got for us then? Yes, I think so. Oh, but I do expect you to be prompt in the acquisition of your intel. Give or take a month or so. At most, I'll grant 2. That's not much time to get ready to find someone in all of Murias. Then I suggest the 2 of you get started rather quickly. What is it? Mahara. So long, Mahara. Kagan unceremoniously turns and walks into the trees, the light of his wisps flickering out behind him. You know, I don't much care for him. I laugh despite my anxiety, and feel a bit of the tension in the air ease up. I gotta tell you though, I think that's the first time Keegan's ever used my given name. I sort of figured he'd never use it. I guess this means we won't be speaking with the druids. What do you want to do? I say we head back to the cottage. We'll be wanting to put together some supplies. I don't mind the weather much, but if the chill bothers you, then you should wear a cloak at least. And of course, I'll need to swing by my Mem and Bridget. I'm sure they'll be besides themselves from the news. I meant about the princess. I'm not sure yet. I have to go, obviously. I have to see if it's really her. After that, I'm not sure. I'll think about it. I'm not sure that what Keegan's playing at, sending me. Still, I'm gonna do it. But he was right. If we're gonna make it there, find her, and then get back in time, we have to move fast. Sorry we came out here for nothing. At the very least, if it isn't her and Keegan flakes out on his partial promise to me, that gives us a chance to figure out what to do about these things, yeah? I gesture at the large still stones. If I didn't know any better, then I'd say this place is a ruin rather than a pathway. Yeah, I am pretty glad Keegan didn't see us fumbling with them. That almost gave us away. Anyway, let's head back. We've got a lot to do, and that smug bastard gave us hardly any time to do it. Oh, must you be leaving us so soon, Deona? It feels like the lower districts just got used to having you back again. I'm sorry, Mrs. DePore, but the Queen's got me doing something important, a ways away from the city for a while. But I fixed as large a batch of Syrian's medicine as I could carry, and this is a secret. I may have included the recipe in there as well. Oh, bless you, child. I'm afraid it's lost on these old eyes. Never did learn to read. Still, I suppose I might be able to find someone who can. You take care now, Deona. Run back to us as soon as you can. Okay. My heart twists as the old woman clasps my hands and gives me the... Hi. How are your guys' brain cell doing today? Fuck. Alright. My heart twists as the old woman clasps my hands and gives them a firm squeeze, then turns back into her dingy, too damp dwellings. I'll try. Is that the last on your list, then? It is. I suppose it's time to bring Bridget to the Queen, then? Assuming she's bothered to wait up, you mean? You should have seen her the other day. She was bounding off the walls after Keegan's message got to her. I hope that lasts. I quirk my head. Thinking it won't? Well, I don't know. Bridget's always worked in the kitchens, right? So she don't have much experience with the upstairs crowd. I don't think she's unaware of how awful that lot can be, mind, but she won't be used to it like I am. Guess I'm just feeling overprotective. The Queen better treat her right. I smile, giving Shay a gentle nudge with my arm. I don't know your sister as well as you do, but I think she can handle herself just fine. You're probably right. Best not to keep her waiting. Oddly, though, when we arrive at Feargless' house... Huh? Where is everyone? Did Bridget go on ahead of us? I thought she'd be tackling us through the door, if I'm honest. Well, Ma'am won't be here because she's working today, but I'm not sure why... Ah, hang on, there's a note. Shay gestures me over to the kitchen table, looking down. Looking down, I see that there is indeed a note, hastily scrawled in big, erratic handwriting. Dear, my dearest, sweetest, bestest sibling Shay, I'm stepping out for just a little while. Don't go anywhere if you get here while I'm gone. Mom gave me some errands to do because I couldn't sit still, but I'll be back soon. Love, Brig. Alright. Just as well. I actually want you to try something on before we head out in case it don't fit right. Shay circles back to the living room and pulls a dark wool cloak from the pile of supplies we put together yesterday. I kept all our stuff here after I left your place instead of bringing it back to the outpost. We're leaving right after we see Bridget off, so there's no sense in doubling back around that way, I feel. Anyhow, this is yours. I carefully take the cloak from Shay. The dark brown wool is unassuming at first, but when I touch it, it's softer than any I've ever held. As I drape it over my shoulders, the thick material hangs down to my ankles, just barely above the ground. To my surprise, I find a couple of pockets on the inside. They're just big enough to hold a purse. I bet I could fit some snacks in there, too. I know it's not terribly fancy, but I figure we don't want any attention while we're in Murias, so I went with something plain. Shay, it's lovely. Where did you even find this? I didn't think the Providence got cold enough for something this thick and warm. Up near the border of Gorias, it can sometimes get colder than the rest of Phalias. I know a shepherd who makes these for folks that live up north. He's got some real good-looking sheep, so I trust it would hold up. Traded him some butter and cheese for it. I've come to learn that Shay knows a lot more people than it seems at first. Bridget wasn't lying. The people of Phalias really do like them. How much butter? Shay, I have to pay you back for this. You're paying me back by going to Murias with me. It's dangerous, and I still don't trust we aren't walking into a trap of some kind. Besides, it's too warm around here for me to make much use of a cloak like that on a day-to-day basis. Speaking of, I ended up doing a bit of a shop yesterday evening to make sure those bags have everything we need. Some medicine, up-to-date maps, a change of clothes. The Master of Secrets even sent us some fiani?
Faunia.
Fonya.
And then the plural.
Oh, the
Fawny.
money. Even sent us some Fonya for incidents, whatever that means. For incidentals, whatever that means. I think that means bribes. I suppose that makes as much sense as anything else. You didn't have to do all this alone. You know, I could have come down with you yesterday to help. Sorry, sip of water. I'm in this with you.
Thanks for saying that. I really don't mind, though. It's kind of nice to do something more than patrol these old woods and bicker with Rumi.
Oh, Shay, you're so cute when you're blushing. Well,
I'd forgotten
so
what it's
cute
like to feel
regardless.
useful. Like I'm not wasting my life away out here.
Aww. Anyway, you really don't have to worry about it. I didn't leave you out. I didn't leave you out on purpose. I wanted to do it for you. You've got enough to deal with pretending to be Diona and all. Figured I could take this. I could take this myself. Before either of us can say anything else, Shay and I are startled by a sudden slamming of the front door. Shay, I'm here. Excuse me. Bridget barrels into the house, yelling before she even realizes we are right here next to her.
Bridget.
Hello, beautiful. She's so cute. I already told you this place is too small for you to be doing that, Bridget. And you don't even knock. That's not polite. But I don't have to knock if it's the family house. Says who? Me. I love her. Shay rolls their eyes, but doesn't admonish her. They really do let her get away with a lot, I've noticed. Any story akin to what's up?
Ainschale.
Ainschale. Ainschale, T. It's been a while. I'm glad to see you again, Bridget. How you feeling? Well, you know, like I'm dying. Huh? But I thought... Of excitement? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna be a handmaiden to the queen. The queen! Me! Why are we even still here right now?
Oh.
Well, we need to sort a few things out before all that. For starters, pulling back the sash of their uniform, Shay plucks Rumi out of the folds and places him down on the table, fast asleep. Honk, shoo, me, 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 me. Rumi, you didn't tell me he was sleeping under there. Oh, don't. Oh, that was Bridget. He didn't tell me you were sleeping under there. Don't worry about keeping your voice down. I found him slumped over a loaf of bread as big as him this morning, and he's been out ever since. Anyway, T and I will be away for a while after we drop you off business for the queen. I need you to keep an eye on Rumi till I get back. That's all. Well, it's not just that. I don't want Mum to know where we're going. Shay, hiding something from Mum? I never thought I'd see the day. Now this is juicy. Where are you going? Murias? Oh, so it's not the fun kind of secret, it's the scary kind. Wait, this isn't related to... Is it? Don't worry about it, Bridget. I know what I'm getting into. Figures the only thing you'd keep secret from her is something that she'd pop her lid over. Alright then, I won't say anything. But you better bring me back something real nice. Something you can only get in Murias. It's not that kind of trip. But I want something from Murias. Fine, if I get the time, I'll bring you something. And it's just the two of you. Must be top secret mission then. It is, so don't go spilling it all over the city. I won't, as long as I get something. She turns to me, still wearing her sly smile. If Shay's no good at telling her no, I don't know if I have the strength. I'm glad you're the one going with them, you know. It's nice to know they have someone watching their back. It's between these two. I want to share their burdens too. Of course, Shay means a lot to me, or Shay is a soldier. I mean, Shay is a soldier and can handle a lot, but I'm not going to say that. Ooh, that got me a heart. Okay. I want to share their burdens too. Shay has taken on a lot for me, and I want to do the same for them. They're like a... I drift off, searching for the right word. I think the word you're looking for is partner. Oh, look at Shane's face. What a cutie. I love it. Oh, man. Shay. And then just that smug look on Bridget's face. My cheeks begin to heat up even as I realize she isn't wrong. While I still have every intention of getting back to Inishfal. Been saying it wrong this whole time. Back to Inishfal. I've grown very attached to Shay. Shay is blushing too. I suppose my implication embarrassed them. I should probably change the subject. Anyway, Bridget, aren't you supposed to be getting ready? I suppose I've got a few things to grab. Awfully convenient for you to remind me now. Funny how that works. Still smirking, she wanders off, giving Shay and I a bit of momentary privacy. Don't mind Bridget, she's just teasing you. She doesn't mean anything by it. Oh, I know. She reminds me of Keegan that way. Well, I've made sure she never goes near him, so I don't think that's possible. I laughed to myself at that. I'm pretty sure Shay hasn't ever effectively stopped Bridget from doing anything. They just don't know that. By the way, thanks for what you said. Having someone stand beside me, helping me through this despite not knowing the outcome. There's no one else I'd rather have there but you. Oh, that's so cute, Shay! I promise I'll make sure I always work to deserve your support. You deserve it for existing, Shay. You don't have to do anything more than that. No, the blushing is so cute. I don't want to pinch their cheeks. Oh, then thanks. Whoa. Bridget returns, carrying a sleeping Rumi in her arms. Poor little guy. He's gonna be so grumpy when he wakes up and hears you've gone off again. Bridget, Rumi can stay behind right here, you know. Watching out for him don't mean bringing him everywhere you go. Well, Shay! You know this new job means I won't be living with Mom anymore. I can't just leave him here. I'll be at the Queen's beck and call and hardly have any time to swing by.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't think that, actually. Maybe I ought to ask. Oh, hush, it'll be fine. Handmaidens have their own quarters in the palace, so he'll just be my roomie for a little while. I don't know, Brig. Rumi's not fond of the hustle and bustle. You sure you can keep things calm for him in the palace? Shay, you're being a worrywart. Besides, I'll have access to all the sugary treats the little guy could ever hope for. It's fine. Without allowing Shay another word of protest, Bridget gently tucks the broonie into her pocket. Shay sighs in defeat, seemingly handing the matter off to fate. Oh, I know. I'll make him up some of the cutest little bed and put it right beside mine. Now you watch it. Don't go setting him off. Nonsense. Rumi loves me. That's true. You do have a way with all sorts of creatures. It's in our blood, I guess. Now, let's get out of here already. I don't want to be late for my first day. Yeah, Bridget! When we arrive at the palace, the place is abuzz with activity. Swarms of servants and noble sort alike crowd the hall, all tittering about Queen Aoife's return from Phineas. Their chatter is wide and varied, not to mention erratic. There's a fierce bit of gossip going about that I can scarcely make out in all the noise. What's everyone saying, you think? Shay only shrugs, but Bridget looks at us with a disappointed frown only Mem could rival. You two, honestly, you're telling me you and Shay were so holed up together all this time that you haven't heard about the Queen's expedition? It's all anyone's been talking about downstairs. Well, now that you mention it, I think I overheard some folk in the market talking about some mad scheme doomed to end another succession crisis. It wasn't mad, it was brilliant. Oh my, when I heard our queen was adopting another tag-along, I thought even she would have the sense to double-check that they weren't tied to a deluded traitor. Wait, what? Oh, these fuckers again. I suppose good help is hard to come by. Yeah. Don't be so hasty, Seth. Look at her clothes. She's clearly just as much of a broonie, only the other way around. Ooh, good point, Seth. We're so inundated with pink these days that I scarcely noticed. Poor thing probably spent her last finia just to blend in with the drapery. Tough talk from the landless Flaffa in the last millennia. Tough talk from the landless Flaffa in the... Let's see.
Lena.
Traditional...
And then the plural. Lencha.
Lena. A traditional tunic like garnet, typical saffron in color. They are most commonly worn by older nobility. Oh, she's calling them old crusties. In the last millennia, fucking, I can't words. Is the Dowager around today? Seems like you three are always huffing her oh. Stop it, it's not worth it, Brig. Bridge. But Shay's hushed warning came too late. The three lords' faces sour in an instant, and the quiet one's hand reaches for his sword. You little ingrate. You know your place before you speak out of turn. My place? You're not any better than me. We're both tradeless, moneyless tenants of the Queen, but at least I earn my keep. You're the court layabouts, with nothing but an old pointless title to your names after the Unseelie sacked your... Bridget, enough! Why, you insolent... Oh god, you will regret that. I'm not doing that! I didn't do it. That progressed on its own. I didn't do that. Ahem.
No violence, if you please.
I release the breath I'd been unwittingly holding as Queen Aoife swoops in from nowhere and brings a swift end to the conflict before Shay and Tether come to blows. Still furious looking, the dour lord sizes up the queen with twitchy fingers on his sword. Fortunately, he regains control of his composure and quickly sinks back behind his brothers to sulk in silence. Shay, in turn, immediately steps away and assumes the posture of a soldier at attention, but keeps in front of both Bridget and myself, on guard. All eyes are on the queen. In my court, disputes are resolved with words. Though, this seems a less dispute and more an embarrassing farce. Apologies, Your Majesty. It won't happen again. I should hope so.
Now then, Sethor, Kethor, Tethor, if you're quite finished here, I would suggest heading about your business. I'm sure a noble name such as yours is better left unsullied by public fights with palace staff.
Haha. Losers. The noble brothers glance among themselves as though in deliberation. Of course, Your Majesty. It seems congratulations are in order. Some of the gentry were beginning to think this venture of yours would be the death of you. And how pitiable that would be. I know my brothers and I are ever so relieved to see you return to Tamar safe and sound. Your presence here has been sorely missed. What? What is this? Congratulations?
Colvargus.
Colvargus.
Good Devon.
Good Devon. Okay, Ani, get something yummy. Indeed, you have my thanks. At that, the trio bid their farewells with curt bows, and Sethor gestures for his brothers to follow his footsteps into the crowd of prying-eyed gawkers. Always a pleasure with those three. Come along then. I'd rather have us some privacy after all that. With the queen as our guide, we hastily move to the thankfully empty throne room. Aoife then assumes her place on the dais, leaving Shay, Bridget, and I to fidget down below her like children preparing for a scolding or worse. Bridget in particular looks absolutely mortified, and has yet to stop blushing. Despite this, she is the first to clear her throat and attempt to speak. Well, first I just want to say...
Darling?
Your name is Bridget, yes? Yes? Fitting. I always did prefer her to the others. This is where I'd say you've been imbued with her fire? Bridget's eyes flutter, evidently surprised. What? Oh, named after the goddess Bridget, in thanks for her miraculous birth. Okay, cool. Nah, I'm just a smart mouth, Your Majesty. Shay here can verify that. Then we should get along just fine. I think it's been far too long since I've had someone forthright to gossip with.
Of course, I'd ask you to refrain from stirring up too much trouble with the courtiers. Even my power has its limits.
Subtlety. Got it. Can do. Wonderful. That's that then. As the queen says this, a notable tension leaves Bridget's shoulders. She curtsies in gratitude. You'll find that your quarters have already been made up, but I imagine you'll want some time to get yourself settled too. Expect any of my girls to be along in a few hours to give you the rundown on your new duties.
I should warn you, though. I do tend to expect more of my hands when I suspect them of potential. You'll want to be perfectly mediocre in order to avoid more complex tasks. Say, assisting with my textile projects?
Damn, look at that lip bite. Really? I mean, of course, understood. I'll keep that in mind. Good. You're excused for the present, then. I assume you're familiar with the location of the on-site servants' quarters? Yes, thank you, your Aoife, darling. Formality is so wearisome between friends, don't you think? Bridget turns and quickly succumbs to a fit of involuntary giggles. She curtsies to the queen again, and then all but skips her way out of the throne room without so much as a second glance towards Shay and I.
Glad this turned out happy.
Same. I smile at Shay in response. Until I remember we haven't been dismissed yet. So, Keegan tells me the two of you are to assist him on a diplomatic matter. That's correct, ma'am.
Such excitement. To think it almost happened while I was away.
What? Oh, whoops. Shay and I exchange confused glances as the queen seems to dwell in her thoughts, if only for a moment. Apologies, I've had a lot on my mind as of late. We have no further business here. Though, before you go, Shay, I have a question for you.
In your mind, is honor dutiful, or is it just?
I'm not sure I understand your meaning, Your Majesty. I see. Perhaps you have an idea? Oh. Both Shay and the Queen turn to me. Why not both? Wait, so, hold on.
In your mind,
Is honor
dutiful
or just?
Or is it just?
So, like, is honor tied to duty, or is it tied to a sense of a sense of justice? Is that it? That's interesting. I mean, honor should be about doing the right thing, shouldn't it? Not I mean, it can be both, so long as, you know, it is tied together like that. Both? I mean, I don't think you can just discount one or the other. It's honorable to do your duty in a general sense, but if your duty makes you do something unjust, I'm not sure if we'd call that honorable per se.
Sound enough reasoning, if a touch indecisive. I wonder if this is your true opinion, or simply the safest answer.
You are dismissed. Shay bows to the queen deeply, and automatically their expression inscrutable. I do the same in the fashion of my choosing. Come on, we still have a long day ahead. Well, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna take a quick intermission, I guess. Okay, and we're back. Moved some stuff from the washer to the dryer, all that fun stuff, whatever. Anyways, wait. Shay and I just make it to the palace steps before we're stopped by Bridget's breathless bellow. Can't believe my own sibling planned on ducking out on me while without so much as a goodbye hug. Get over here, you're the one who skipped out of the room. Before we could blink or protest, Bridget pulls us both into a short but aggressive hug. An involuntary oof escapes me as the air is wrung from my body. Wait, don't blame us. We thought you were long gone after the Queen got you all giddy and gassed up. Well, you thought wrong. I was only kinda gone. Soon as I dropped Rumi and my bags off, I came right back. Bridge, we'll be just fine, I promise. No need to get all teary on us. You better be, or I'm telling Mum you hurried me out the door today before I could start the dough. You know how particular she is. For good reason, her bread is the best. You say that about everything she makes. They also say that about everything you make, Bridget. That's true. Shay, you're alright. I love you too, Bridget. Wait, you forgot to start the dough for Ma? Oh, did you hear that? I think I hear the Queen's calling, so I better get. Safe travels, you two. After another quick hug, just to Shay this time, Bridget sees us off, waving. After she's out of sight, Shay gives me a look. You ready for this? As much as you are. Any idea where to get started? Well, Keegan gave us a few known sighting spots, so we'll ask around there first. The people most likely are gonna be in the taverns and inns. Also a good place for hiding in plain sight. The Incidental's purse will probably help encourage some honesty, but we're gonna have to deal with some people you might not be used to. Even the not-so-bad unseelie come rough around the edges. We'll also need to be careful about keeping our allegiances secret. A lot of folk won't talk if they know we're Seelie, even if we have permission to be there. Keep those ears covered up, too. It's a dead giveaway. Being the only human makes you pretty well known. Gossip gets far, and it don't care about borders. I nod, then pause, sighing, or thinking, sighing. Shay, I have to ask again. What are you gonna do if it is the princess? I can't see you just laying low and reporting back. You've been looking for her for, what, half your life? You heard what Keegan said, T. Any funny business and my family pays for it. Maybe not with their lives.
You saw how much Bridget lit up back there. I can't take that from her. Not to mention how many other people in my family that'd get put out to pasture and ostracized if I did something stupid and reckless. I won't have a choice.
But that won't make it any easier. First, let's see if this is even the real princess. Wouldn't be the first time I went running up the wrong tree. Oh, and that's the end of the chapter. Okay. It's been about 3 hours. I do have some after stream stuff that I gotta take care of within a timely manner, so we're gonna call it here for this stream. We're gonna get back to this next week because this is a great game and I really do want to play both of the new chapters at the moment. Can I... Is there like a bookmark? Is this... Okay, that's just a history. Okay, a bookmark for this chapter will be automatically created. Yes! Oh, that's so good! Alright, cool. Let's take a look at what options we have here for some raids. Get you guys out somewhere fun. Oh, Sayu's playing Shin Megami Tensei 5, huh? Oh, but it's the Vengeance one, so I don't know. I don't know. The original Shin Megami Tensei 5 felt pretty boring. I'll probably never get around to it. Oh, looks like Cerez is playing some stuff. What are you doing? Ooh, they're playing the Quiet Place game? Let's fucking go. Alright, let's go hang out with Cereza and the Quiet Place. So, You guys know the drill. Stay happy, healthy, hydrated, at least one of the three until next time. So I'll see you guys on Thursday for some Dragon Age. But until then, take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and don't forget that you're important too. Have a great night, guys.